Texas high school football student asked Austin Metcalf had his life taken, right? All because of a C. So let's just go over the story. A Texas high school star athlete fatally had his life taken and left to die in his loving twin brother's arms following a fight over a seat at a track meet. Austin Metcalf was attending a track and field championship between other schools at Kendall Stadium in Frisco, Texas, when the fatal attack happened on April 2nd. Metcalf, a junior at Frisco ISD Memorial High School, was in the stands at the stadium when a confrontation broke out between the 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. Anthony, a senior at Centennial High School, was allegedly told that he was sitting in the wrong seat before he drew a weapon and launched his attack. Anthony, 17-year-old, is alleged to have taken the life of Metcalf in the chest as the victim's brother, Hunter, watched in horror. Hunter, who was born 2 minutes after Austin, rushed to the aid of his brother but could not save him. Hunter Metcalf called his parents to tell him about the incident, with their father rushing to the stands to find Austin on a gurney and not breathing. Quote, I could not see through all of the blood, and I saw where the wound was, and I was very concerned. So I had to find his brother, and we rushed to the hospital, and we prayed. And it's God's plan. I don't understand it, but they weren't able to save him. This is murder. The teen was pronounced deceased at a local hospital. Anthony was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He is being held in Collin County Jail. No bond has been set. The grieving father questioned Anthony's upbringing and the parents as he forgave his son's alleged killer. Quote, I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parent did the child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place and they asked him to move and he bowled up, became angry and aggressive. This is murder. You know what? I already forgave this person already. God, take care of things. God is going to take care of me. God is going to take care of my family. Anthony is 5'10", free safety revealed on social media. He had received offers from several colleges, mostly Division III schools. Austin Metcalf was remembered as a star linebacker who had garnered attention from schools as he dreamed of playing football in college. He was recently voted his team's most valuable player and held a 4.0 GPA. Quote, he was a bright young man with a bright future. He was the leader of men. His smile would light up a room. His passion for football was unbelievable. We will all remember him for the way he impacted our lives, right? So the reason I'm talking about this story is because I saw it on Twitter. And as I stated previously, that all I have to do is just sprinkle a little bit of something directly in there and the distractions will take place. Now, is this a very tragic incident that took place? Yes. Was there a massive ignorance involved? Yes, because I've been to track meets and if you're simply in the wrong seat in the wrong area, you just get up and you move. It's just that simple. You don't decide to pull out a weapon, pull out a knife and like, I'm just going to sit up there and take somebody's life. That you don't sit up there and do that. That's just stupid. That's 100% ignorance. But when you just so happen to go directly online, you'll see a lot of people stating that white lives matter. They want to state that, nothing's going to be done about this. No, things were done. I read directly through the article. The kid was still on the scene, probably somewhere within the area of the track meet. They caught him. He was arrested. He is going to be tried. He is going to be convicted. He is more than likely going to be facing life in jail or prison. And I guess because it's in Texas, the parents are free if they would want to. I'm not sure if they have the death penalty down there. They would be free to go directly after that because you would have all the evidence there. I don't know the inner workings of the conversations that both of the teens had between one another. So again, I can't sit up there and say that racism was even a part of anything. I'm just simply looking at this as the same thing that I see in the black community. Two people having a disagreement, and somebody inevitably allow their emotions and ignorance to fully take hold of the situation, and this is what they decided to do. But again, out of all the stories that I have covered, the only time that I just so happened to see white people, about, I think it was what, about close to 30K white people or 30K tweets directly on Twitter at this moment in time of white people saying that all lives matter because this young man lost his life. That's a little bit insane to and crazy, because again, there's tons of stories where white people are literally taking themselves out on social media. You can look at the videos, you can look at mainstream media, and I never happen to see white folks pulling up and saying that white lives matter. I don't see it. But the other thing that I can tell you that I don't just so happen to see, I don't see fields of black people talking about, oh yeah, we're going to sit up there and free this young man. He's innocent. Yeah, no, 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 no. He did something stupid. He did something ignorant. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You're directly out there on your own. So no matter what white people want to sit up there and say directly online about this story, and again, it's a tragic incident, but no matter how much I want to scream white lives matter, black people are not online talking about free him. I'm not seeing threads 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 100K deep with black people like, oh yeah, we're about to march and protest. This young man is innocent. Da da da. That's not what I'm looking at. That's not what I'm looking at. Everybody's able to clearly see the story. They know that things like this should not have taken place or happened. It should have just been a track meet. People show up, they run whatever meets that they got, and everybody goes home and everybody's alive at the end of the day. But again, that's not what took place. That's not what happened. Right? It's crazy. Yo, what is up, Mo? Mo said it would be capital murder here in Texas. Got you. Yo, what is up, brother Exile? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is going on? What is happening? But yeah, it's crazy. Somebody said I'm late. What happened? Titles directly up there. Texas high school star athlete had his life taken. During a fight, it's a little bit of a typo there. During a fight over a seat at a track meet, right? So the black student up top who got the mugshot is the one that took the life of the white student down above, right? Went through the whole article, read directly off, because I'm going to get that one directly first, because I know somewhere later I'm going to have some people pop up out of the blue and be like, "Oh, you got this platform. How come you're not going to talk about, what happened to this track and field star? Why?" Because, like I said, I already know what people are. I already know how people going to decide to pop up and start saying stuff. Another story that I want to talk about is this one here, right? Where you got this black man here. Now, of course, we're looking directly at a mugshot, but just because you see a mugshot doesn't automatically mean it's a bad story, right? Augusta man jailed for leaving kids at a McDonald's while job hunting. So I just want to point this out there, right? This is the father. He has 3 kids. You normally don't get a chance. The mainstream media does not highlight black men being fathers, right? Because everybody wants to run with the whole narrative. Oh, black men just run away from the responsibility. They're not fathers. They're just getting a multitude of women pregnant. Somebody explain to me how this black man got custody of all 3 of his kids. If that's the case, somebody explain that to me. And then on top of that, while having his kids, he's out there just trying to make things right. Like, yo, let me hold down some several jobs or whatnot, whatever, so that we're good, right? So they said that an Augusta man was arrested last week after leaving 3 young children unattended at a McDonald's restaurant while he attended a job interview. Chris Lewis, age 24, of Young Drive, was charged on March 22nd with deprivation of a minor. The incident occurred the day at a McDonald's location at 2902 Washington Road in Augusta, which has a playground inside. Authorities were called after a concerned customer, magically a concerned customer, noticed the children ages 1, 6, and 10 were left alone. A responding deputy found the children unattended. The witnesses reported seeing Lewis with the children at around 4:30 p.m. that day. The witness also observed Lewis leave the restaurant, return later before leaving again. Lewis arrived back at McDonald's at around 6:18 p.m. and was detained by police officers. He explained that he had walked to the restaurant with his children from his apartment and didn't want to take them and walk back while attending a nearby job interview. He said that he did not own a vehicle. The children's mother arrived shortly after and took the children from the restaurant, and Lewis was arrested and taken into custody. Now, look at that. You got a black man that's trying to simply do the right thing by his kids, right? It's a situation of which he created. He's like, yo, I got this. We're going to sit up there and hold this down, right? Now, let me go back to the ages of the kids real quick. Let me see. And they were at a play place. So you have 1, 6, and 10, right? The 6-year-old can easily watch the 1-year-old. 10-year-old is easily watching the 6 and the 1. It's not that difficult. I'm not sure if I guess people have not grown up around kids or whatnot or whatever, but this would be normalcy within a variety of communities, don't matter the race or the color. I would love to know who that quote unquote concerned person was. Because I'm like, if you were really that concerned, you could have just simply had a conversation with the dude and be like, yo, man, like, how come, what's going on? How come you're not, watching the kids, da da da? Y'all would have had a conversation. If you were really that concerned, you could have actually stayed there. Because if you were there from 4:30 all the way up until he came back at 6 and got arrested because you called, you could have actually sat down, had a conversation, understood the situation, and knew what it was, and be like, all right, I'm going to be here for a while. So let me, sit back as an adult, a concerned adult, and actually help you out, watch the kids while you go out there and, land the job or whatnot or whatever. No, that's not what you wanted to do. Let's just sit up there and call the police. Let's get the dude arrested and let's separate the black man directly from the kids. Like, you can't make this up. Like, that's some crazy work. That's 100% crazy work. Like, I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that. That is some diabolical work. And like I said, mainstream media will always sit up there and say, like, oh, black men, they don't care about kids. They always run from their responsibility. They're always up and through getting black women pregnant and die. But you're not going to hear those same people complaining about black men. You're not going to hear them talk about these stories. You're not going to hear them talking about the stories of black men going out here working 1, 2, or whatever jobs. You're not going to hear all of these people that want to talk about black men talk about the honest fathers directly out there that take care of their kids, take care of their responsibilities. Because the only thing anybody always wants to talk about is the negative things dealing with black men. That's it, because it sells. Because it sells. None of these YouTube channels that want to talk bad about black men, they're not going to do this. Mainstream media is not going to do it, because at the end of the day, there's no way that they can make the hundreds or thousands of dollars directly off of one story or many stories directly like this. And then the funny thing is, I've covered stories. If you've been here long enough, I've covered stories over the years where black women have done the exact same thing. And I'm like, they shouldn't have gotten arrested. Like, she's literally, doing her thing, single mother, and she's doing like a job interview and all this other type of stuff. And lo and behold, people want to, try to frame it as if she was being negligent when she's being responsible. And it's not like she has a lot of people to, rely directly on and yada, 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 right? Same thing happens. But it's a whole different story. You'll have all the people that hate black men. They'll sit up there and try to push this. Oh, look at what this mother was doing. She was just trying to do with, whatever that she has. It's tough for single. Like I said, nobody has sympathy for single fathers out here. Nobody actually cares about single black fathers. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And in a lot of instances, what a lot of people don't understand is that when you have black men out here that are fathers, they're not trying to go out there and depend on family to help them out and take care of kids. They're trying to sit up there and just make that work on themselves, because it's like, yo, I made this situation and I'm going to, do this situation by myself. It ain't nobody else's responsibility. You don't have black dudes out here really trying to, really lean or just drop stuff directly on people. That's not, what they try to do. Now, on the other end, I've seen women decide to drop their responsibilities directly on families, which makes no sense. Families will sit up there and warn them that, hey, you shouldn't be out there with these wrong dudes and all this other type of stuff. And then, 3, 6, 9 kids later, guess what? The grandparents got to sit up there and raise somebody else's kids. while the mother's out there living her life, doing whatever it is that she wants to do, and then wants to turn around and get mad when people don't want to watch her kids, which is her responsibility. It's crazy work. Like I said, I've seen these things. I've seen these things. Sneeze said, "Why not leave the kids with their mother? McDonald's isn't a daycare." That's not the point. Maybe they don't have a good eye to eye. Maybe he has full custody or responsibility of the kids. Maybe it was his time to sit up there and share co-parent or whatnot or whatever directly with the kids. Like I said, I don't know what the situation is between the mother and the father. I don't know. What I do know about the story is that he had all three of the kids and he was out there working on getting a job, right? Trying to stabilize things. That's what I do know. So again, you would have to sit up there, go ask the mother. Go ask the mother why she showed up at the last minute after he got arrested. Ask yourself that question. Go ask the mother that if you really want to know that. Right? That's crazy. That is diabolical work. Um Rosalind said black men are most involved fathers. Yeah. Yep. Uh let me see. You said wait, you said what? 47% of black mothers are single compared to 14% of white single mothers. That stat is a little bit weird because we know what the divorce rate is in the United States. And as people like to always report that black men don't get married to women, right? So if what we got like the rate of divorce directly in the United States, what is it like 70% if the woman has, and I'm going by what I've gone over before, right? So 70% of the divorces happen by way of women with high school education. And then they stated later that it jumps up to 80+% once you're dealing with women who have college education, right? So again, if we're taking black men out of the conversation because black men don't get married and da 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 da, worthless and yada yada, so that would just mean that it's white men and everybody else getting married, right? So if a woman gets divorced and she has kids, wouldn't that in turn make her a single mother? So then within white women getting divorced and becoming single mothers, because obviously the father is not a part of the household, he's not really a part of their life, right? That 14% that you're talking about would actually go up a lot higher. A lot higher. Because I've known and seen more women, white women, who have been divorced multiple times and remarried than other races directly out here, right? Because if we're going by statistics, right, white women are getting married more than any other group of women in the United States, correct? So by that same logic and going by the divorce rate, your numbers are off considerably. Just saying. Just saying. It's crazy work. I mean, I guess that's a personal problem for the others directly there. DSA once said the mother was at work when this happened and she showed up shortly after. Thank you for that information. So there's the other part of the story. So let me just slide that back in, right? So the father he was in control of the situation dealing with the kids. So I'm guessing that the mother and the father are together, right? Mother's at work. The father had an interview. I guess he couldn't reschedule or, possibly didn't want to because he didn't want to miss out on a chance of, getting a job because we all know how these interviewers get, these businesses get. If you want to reschedule, they think that you're not serious, especially if you're black. So he did the only thing that he could do. Nobody else to rely on. Mother's at work. Like, hey, let me just sit up there and take them to the McDonald's that's, right across the way or down the street. And my job interview is, a little bit of yonder. We got some people here of a little bit older age ranges, especially the oldest one can happen to watch over everybody. And it's a play place directly right there so they can keep themselves busy for a little bit of time while I'm gone. Because I'm pretty sure that he explained the situation directly to the kids like most parents do. My parents have explained situations like that to me before. And it's like, yo, I have to go out for a minute. I got this interview I got to do. I'm gonna be out and about for a few hours, whatnot, or whatever. don't mess nothing up, don't burn the house down, right? I know that I've had that conversation being younger, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of other kids have had this exact same conversation. So we know exactly how it is that we are supposed to act, right? What is expected of us. But like I said before, the craziest thing is having a quote unquote concerned adult there and deciding that I'm just going to call the police instead of asking questions. Knowing the fact that you decided that you saw this go on from at like 4 something all the way until 6. So you were there that whole duration. And the times that you saw the father, you didn't decide to stop and think to just have a conversation and ask. You were like, no, call the police, get him arrested. That's crazy. That is diabolical. Diabolical. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see here. It's crazy work though. 100%. Now let's go to the. Am I going to go to the? Yeah. We got a video directly up here. Great video, grand videos of a white couple. So let's just take a look directly at America.
Brian will answer his phone. He's at someone's whose house is this? Whose house is this, bro? What the? Hi.
Was Brian here?
That's his card. Who's?
I don't know Brian.
That's my boyfriend. He's here, and he needs to come out right now, or I'm calling the police.
You can't call the police. It's in my house. Bye.
Dude, holy Brian's here all day, man. He's cheating on me with a face. You're cheating on me with that man, Brian? Are you kidding me?
Not, bro.
Who is that?
It's my friend from gaming, bro.
You just that guy?
No, it's my friend from gaming.
That guy.
No, that's my friend from
said,
Xbox.
Oh my God, Brian, you just.
That's my friend from
Why
Xbox.
weren't you answering me?
Because I didn't have my phone on me. We were playing Xbox, bro. That's my friend from Xbox. Can you please just leave me alone?
Why does he have no pants on? You were just him.
No, I wasn't.
You were just him.
No.
You're cheating on me while I'm pregnant.
Oh, just go.
I'm calling the police. You're gone. You're getting
Can we
evicted.
go?
You were just cheating on me with a man.
No, I wasn't.
You were just.
Man.
This is going on Facebook. That man had no pants on. That's all on video.
No.
Yes, it is. You're cheating on me with a man.
Fine, whatever, man. Can we go?
You are done. You're never seeing your kids again.
Whatever, bro.
I'm wearing underwear, so what you tell?
Did you just fuck my boyfriend?
No, I did not.
He see you?
No, fuck.
What? No, what happened?
Fuck.
Tell me what happened.
Nothing
I'm pregnant. We have 3 kids.
Not a thing happened here. He's a friend. Screw.
Who are you?
I'm gonna call the police.
Call the police.
Get off my property.
Call the police. Wow, Brian's cheating on me with a dude.
Get off my property right now. There's some bird coming to somebody else's house. You got it here.
You enjoy his.
So I ended up making a video about a good minute because it's a long 3-minute video, and some of the wordage that was being used, really can't put that out there. It'll be offensive to a demographic, right? And that was by way of the woman. But I find that a little bit weird. Number one, you can't call the police because he didn't answer his phone and he was at somebody else's house. That's not how that works. That's a misuse of law enforcement. That's a misuse of 911. That would be the stupidest thing that you could actually decide to do because you're emotional, because you allegedly caught your boyfriend cheating on you with a guy. And again, I'm just going to sit up and say allegedly. I don't know who the 2 guys are. I don't know who the other guy was that was not having pants on. Never. I'll put it like this: never at any point in time have I ever been at any of my boys' house and we're sitting up there all chilling, playing Halo 3, Halo 4, Call of Duty, Smash Brothers. At no point in time was anybody dressed like that. That's I don't even know what that is. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'm like, this dude is wearing one of those long the shirts like women would normally wear, and this dude got on like some underwear. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what type of Xbox y'all was playing, but yeah, that wasn't that. That was not that was not that at all. That is some crazy work. That is 100% crazy work. And I'm guessing they must have iPhones, because I'm guessing that's the only way that she was able to track where it is that he was, because if that was an Android, she wouldn't know where he was, right? So they must have like the location sender or finder or whatnot or whatever, directly out there. That's crazy though. That's 100% crazy. Wow. Wow. Mm-mm. Diabolical work. It was like, speaking of kids, Seji, your youngest have outgrown her shoes. Oh my goodness. This woman here. But yeah, that's crazy. That is diabolical. And that dude literally reached into her car. It cut off right there, but he basically tried to grab slash slap the phone directly out of her hand. And right there, realistically, if she wanted to call the police on anything, she could call the police on that because he's going into her vehicle, trying to go after her. So she could actually do that. She wouldn't be able to do that on a boyfriend because he was, at somebody else's house, but she could sit up there and, get him for assault or something like that real quick. But yeah, like I said, if you're emotional, don't misuse 911 or police for relationship, type of stuff. The best bet is to just sit up there and just walk away. Again, she was getting far too emotional, trying to like open up the door and all this. I'm like, yo, you basically already got the answer that you wanted. You said that you, in a sense, assumed or saw what it is that you saw. Just sit up there and leave the situation. Right now, on the other end, she was sitting up there telling him, like, well, guess what? You're never going to see the kids ever again. I'm like, that's a little bit crazy. I'm like, all right, you're hurt by the situation. Cool, no problem. Right. But that is completely separate of him being a father. And you stated that you're pregnant by him. So because you're hurt, you're going to take and strip the kids directly away from him. Like that does, at the end of the day, you're going to be hurting those kids for like 18 years just because you're hurt over the situation. I'm pretty sure that she's going to move on past this and she's going to end up dating somebody else, male or female, don't matter who it is, right? So she's going to be in a whole nother relationship, loving somebody else. So it doesn't even make any sense at the end of the day, right? You're mad at this 1 second and you're making this emotional decision, which is going to impact the lives of those children because children need their fathers. Like I said, it's stupid. At the end of the day, it's stupid. What was it? Pink said, I have never in my entire gaming life gamed around other men with wait. Oh, you talking about like wearing any type of stuff like that? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was great. Let me rewind that back real quick. Let me just go right back. Let me see. Yeah, like that's crazy. Like is no guy who is gaming is dressed like this. Like I don't know. I've seen women dressed like this. You know what I'm saying? I've seen women come to doors dressed like this. Matter of fact, I've seen women dressed like this going to the market, right? Because they have like the shorts or whatever, very short shorts underneath, which I don't understand why I do that. But and especially if you're gonna be sitting in public because of the area and how everything can touch. Like I said, whatever it is. I've never seen guys do this. I've never in my lifetime ever been around a dude that dressed like this. Ever. Ever. And I got gay people in my family. Never. So I'm like, yeah, bro. It's curtains on that. It's curtains on that. Like I said, she can be, emotional and feel hurt, but to try to strip the kids away because you're hurt, you only hurting them at the end of the day. You know. It's tough. Yep. Tippy said now she can call. That's insane. Cheating your girlfriend with the dude. She shouldn't have that baby. Well, it's no telling how far along she actually is. It's no telling how far along she actually is. You know. Um, you said it seems like a moment that shouldn't be broadcasted to the internet. If I was this lady, I would be embarrassed to post. You would think that people would be embarrassed to post this because at the end of the day, all that's going to happen, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. When it deals with this situation, and let me see if I can get the guy right. When it deals with the situation and the boyfriend, let's see if I can go back to when it deals with this guy, what's going to inevitably happen is that people are going to come out and they're going to say that the girlfriend was wrong, because she, in a sense, outed him or whatnot or whatever, and put it out there for people to see, on top of putting out everything dealing with her relationship. Because realistically, this is a private moment. I should know about it, right? I should not have the video directly up there. It shouldn't be on X or anything like that. We shouldn't even know that this realistically occurred. But because she's so emotional and she's not thinking, she decided, I'm going to sit up there and embarrass you because of emotionally how I feel. Now, again, he might have did something, but the whole world doesn't know about it. Now the whole world knows about it. Now the whole world is going to judge. They're going to have questions. It's going to be a topic because she decided to be an idiot and put it directly out there. He didn't do it, right? He did whatever on whatever time and did that. She decided, I'm going to sit up there and basically out you. I'm going to sit up there and film this, yada, yada, yada. People are going to, in a sense, have sympathy for him because of the situation and dealing with a variety of other things like that. And then in return, people ain't really going to have a lot of sympathy for her because she decided to put all her business out here, making her look like a goofy. Because people are then going to start to question, like, so there were no signs or no symptoms. You didn't specifically, notice anything throughout the relationship being with this dude or whatnot or whatever. Like I said, it is going to fall badly directly on her. Nobody's going to sit up there and try to start up a GoFundMe because she now decided to make herself, a single mother where she has 100% sole custody of, the kids and everything like that because of an emotional response that she had to a situation. It's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, that man, Sonny crazy. This man was like, her boyfriend was seeing my ex. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy situation. Now we're moving from one crazy situation to another crazy situation, right? So let's just look at this, and this goes into something that I've talked about before when it deals with guys and how it is that they will go through certain situations. I do have a piece of information. Matter of fact, I'm going to read that off before I get into the video, right? Because I feel like that's actually quite important. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So this is what the guy had to post about the video, right? He said, I don't want to post this because I don't want people seeing how vulnerable my daughter was, but this is the victim. Elijah Tate tries to pretend to be. She consistently stole my money out of my daughter's piggy bank that I put money in, not her. She stole her income tax money this year that I put in her, I think her Journey's bank account every time. I'm just trying to give my daughter everything and have her future set up while the mama wants to steal it all. I've lost everything due to the mother. Due to the mother of my child. It breaks my heart that my daughter says my daddy don't got a house no more. It took me 3 years of trying to finally get somebody to accept me to rent from them due to me having a felony status, right? So that's what the guy that you see in the video had posted directly in connection with the video. And we're going to see how it is that the mother of the child acts towards the father in both situations. Now, remember, he's a felon.
Gotta keep it on video. Got my daughter in the back seat with her.
Now, note they're driving. He's driving.
Get off me. Get off me. My daughter is in the back seat. Get off me. I've been driving. Quit videoing what? So you keep hitting me? So you keep hitting me? And trying to burn me on shit? Just watch me. Cars passing in traffic. Could hit them. Could have hit cars passing in traffic. She don't give a fuck about my daughter's life. You don't give a fuck about my daughter's life. Because you don't give a fuck about yours. Because you don't give a fuck about your life. You don't give a fuck about my daughter. See what you're doing in your time? You hit me after I caught you stealing. Yep.
Oh, you didn't choke me. You didn't do none of that
I had
shit.
to stop doing that.
Woo!
Let go of my child. You just hit Journey. You just hit Journey. You just hit Journey. You just hit Journey. I got on video. I can't just get on video. You hit Journey, bro.
So again, areas had to be blurred out for obvious reasons, but you got, let me see if I can go back and get a clearer image of the woman there, because again, that's crazy to me. Because the main thing that I've stated before is that when you have women that decide that they want to put hands directly on a man, and I want to just clarify this for a lot of people. A lot of these women who happen to deal with guys who are in jail and prison, you got some dudes that'll come directly out and they're trying to do the right thing. They learned their lesson. It was like, yo, what got me in here is what got me in here. I'm not going to move that way no more. I'm actually going to get my life straight. I may have a child or two directly out here. I want to be in their life. I want to make sure that they don't do the exact same things that I did because I was misguided. So I want to be there as that ruler to, let them know, like, hey, if you mess up, you're going to end up just like Pops, right? So I don't want you to do that. So that's why I'm here as that living example of what not to do so that you can be on a correct path, right? So he's trying to sit up there and do that. He's trying to do the right thing. But you got this woman that decided that she wants to do whatever it is that she wants to do. She's still indirectly from this man. And she's able to physically hit him because she knows if he decides to get out of line to defend himself even slightly, she could just do 911, put him back in jail, put him back in prison. And he's there forever. And he is there forever. Like I said, she realistically, I feel like when a lot of women get with a lot of guys who have been through a stint in jail or prison and are trying to do the right thing, they get with them for a power type of play where they actually have the control in the relationship because they can just, I already know that, you already got like 1 to 2 strikes against you. Do something that I don't like. Do. Say something I don't like. Do. Try to defend yourself while I'm sitting up there beating on you while you're driving a car or while we're at home holding a child. Do. It's that simple. And like I said before, when instances like this get showcased, all of these platforms out here that you see a lot of women on where they want to, hate men and all this, they don't talk about this. They don't bring this up. Both times you got the mother sitting in the back deciding to put her own daughter's life in danger. And for quite a few years, I've seen a lot of women try to say that, girls' lives or women's lives matter, all this other type of stuff. But what about when the woman is putting the life of said daughter in danger? What about when said woman is trying to get the father locked up so now she can be fatherless? What about the fact that women like this want to steal money from their own daughters? You hear nothing. You hear nothing. But who's going to sit up there and be the villain? The guy recording. They're going to be like, yo, why couldn't you just sit up there and be a man? Why couldn't you just sit up there and defend yourself? Get yourself, directly out the situation. If a woman's hitting you in a car, you need to just let the car, just keep running and tuck and roll on the freeway. Like, don't just let her keep hitting you, but nor should you sit up there and defend yourself and fight back. It's like, it's that type of deal. And I'm like, this is crazy. No matter where you sit up there and go, there's always some way, somehow, that the guy will be to blame. Some way, somehow, the guy will be to blame. And that's crazy. And the daughter is sitting up there watching this happen. She's watching her mother do this to her father. Watching this. And like I said, now, if the roles are reversed, if he was sitting up there doing this, this would have been all over. People would have been like, this is bad. Women everywhere, but like, oh man, I had an experience like this. I know a sister, I know a mother, I know an aunt. My grandmother told me something like this. I saw this in a Tyler, right? Women would have been reminiscing. You would have thought it was a Color Purple all over again. But when these instances get shown on social media, women are silent. They'll be like, oh, well, because I've seen these comments and talk about them before. I've seen women literally say like, oh, well, if she's hitting him, he probably deserved it. What did he do? He was probably out there cheating. He probably got caught texting. He probably got caught doing. And I'm like, it don't matter what the dude was doing. You don't have the right to sit up there and put hands on another person. If you're putting hands on somebody, that means that you view them as less than. You view them as an object or a possession, a valuable. Isn't that what women normally say when the shoe is on the other foot and the man is doing that? Right? And women will sit up there and be like, oh, you shouldn't be putting your hands on nobody. Keep your hands to yourself no matter what happens. She's not your property. It's the exact same thing. But like I said, nobody really cares about that whole equality thing like they say that they do. Because if they did, I would see more women talking about stories like this on a variety of their platforms. I don't. I tend to be the only one talking about both of these, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It is 100% crazy. And it's not like I can give him the best advice possible. The brother is a felon. So he more than likely, the courts are going to look at his record and be like, yeah, we're not giving you the kids. No matter, even if she is wrong, we're not giving you the kids. We all know how this is going to go. This all is videotaped. He can present this to the courts and she will still win the kids. I'm sorry. And she'll still have custody of the kid 100%. And then he'll have to pay money. And on top of that, some way, somehow, he'll get thrown right back into jail or prison. Like I said, I understand why a lot of men just sit up there and record, because it's any which way you go, you lose. And those are just facts. Any which way you decide to sit up there and go, you lose. You lose. The other crazy part about this is I've seen a lot of women online always talk about the fact of like, oh, they're going to get, like their brothers, fathers, and uncles, of the family to come handle the situation, right? No problem, rightfully so, right? It's a family affair. Notice how you never hear women talking about they about to pull up to the scene and deal with her because of what she did to this man. Nope. I've seen dudes all the time from IG, no matter what social media platform. I've always seen men in the comment section, even if they don't know the woman or related, the moment in time that they see something occur negatively, physically to a woman, they be like, yo, let me have a conversation. Somebody drop the address of where that man is located. It's like, yo, what state? I always see these comments. When it happens on the other foot, I don't see fields of women talking about they about to pull up and they about to give her some work real quick because of what she's sitting up there doing. Like I said, notice the type of caring that goes on. When it deals with men, nobody really cares. When it deals with women, the whole world cares. Random people around different areas around the world are ready to sit up there and defend that person, even though they don't know the situation or the woman. They just know the optics. And they know that the optics ain't sitting right seeing a woman go through something like this physically by way of a man. It's like, we got to do something about that. We got to sit up there and handle that real quick. But like I said, people always talking about this equity, equality, all this other type of stuff. That don't exist. So I'm not sure what realistically people be talking about online or what people are really trying to fight for. It don't exist at all. It don't. Because I done covered too many stories like this. Matter of fact, I have even a longer video dealing with the white guy, an older white guy going through the exact same thing. And I think that video was about 7+ minutes long of him recording throughout months and years of what he had to face. And guess what? I got utter silence on that video. Silence. And that was terrible. I felt horrible sitting up there watching that video. Just like the exact same energy I have for that video, I have that exact same energy when I happen to see this happen to women. Feel horrible. But, like I said, I guess only a few people actually, feel equally about stories versus unevenly. Let's go to the next video. What is Gail talking about? Shout out to Gail for throwing up the Cashapp. Much love, respect, and appreciation. To be said, he should have chose a better girl. That's what guys say to girls. This is sad. You as a mother are stealing from your child. It's ridiculous. I've used the exact same energy before, but the normal difference I will say, Tippy, is that I would normally say this to women, because I myself, as a black man, through a variety of different uh, areas that I've been through and people that I've known, I've always tried to sit up there and tell women, I'm like, yo, you got to sit up there and like literally choose better. You made one mistake, no problem, right? That's not really going to get held against you. You were young, yada yada yada. So you basically learned, right? You did this when you were a teenager. You're a grown woman now, so you shouldn't be making the same mistakes that you were when you were like 15, 16, and 17 and ended up in the exact same predicament by way of having more kids from a guy that don't care about you. That's why I state what it is that I state when I happen to tell women like, yo, you got to sit up there and choose better. You got to. Matter of fact, I sit up there and put it to you to another extent, right? Going back to my mom, right? Whatever happened between my mom and my dad, she never made that same mistake again. That it was one and done. That was it. Right. I was the only one that came directly out of the situation. There was no 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, again, when I happen to speak on a lot of these things, I go by what it is that I've spoken, what it is that I've seen and also experienced. And I'm also going by what I have been, in a sense, taught by way of the women in my family. Again, black women. Right. So again, that's how I look at it. So if people happen to take offense to it, I don't know what to sit up there and tell you, because I learned by way, number one, of my mother still in my life, raised me, clothed me, bathed me, all of that stuff. Right. And then I also use that exact same thing that I learned from her by of the life experience, by trying to give that to the young girls directly out here and the women directly out here. But like I said, it's nothing I can sit up there and do if a lot of women or young girls don't want to sit up there and listen, and they end up with like 3, 6, 9 kids from like the same types of dudes that got them pregnant the first time. It's nothing I can sit up there and do. There's nothing I can do. Like I said, the only thing I can do is, from my angle, is try. Right. And no matter how much I sit up there and try, hey, people don't want to sit up there and listen. It'll, just so happen to be a problem, or, people will tell me like, you need to sit up there and focus on black men and, and all of these things and whatnot. So, I don't know. I don't know. You say, what priority and life truth is. Shout out to one of many. You said what priority and life truth is. Much love, respect, and appreciation for the $2 dono and the comment to the channel. Much love, much love, much love. Let me see. Tippy said it's not always men's fault. Some women out here are back crazy. Yeah. It's 100% Tippy. 100%. 100%. Miss I'm sorry, wait, I'm just gonna say Campbell said that's messed up. He has plenty enough evidence to have her charged. He does, but the system is not going to go against her. Like I said before, this man is a felon. Like, and I'm not trying to hold that against him, because he's out here trying to do the right thing by way of his daughter in the situation that he created, right? So again, I'm not faulting him for that. He's trying to do the correct thing as a man, which everybody states. It's the fact that the court system is going to hold that against him, even if he didn't have a record. Him just being a man, they would try to still hold something against him. Right, because usually when it deals with the courts will always cite, no matter what the situation is. The mother could be a full-on drug addict living out of a box or whatnot or whatever. The courts will still give all of the rights and the child directly to the mother, no matter what the situation is, because the mother is God, right? Men or fathers, for all intents and purposes, this is not me saying that I have this belief, but for looking at the court system in the world that we live in, fathers and men are not valued at no point in time. Right? Look at the negativity that people want to soapbox, and they want to polarize, and then look at the good deeds that men and fathers are out here doing, and tell me which ones actually get more light, which ones get more talked about. And I can tell you it's the negativity. They will highlight the few out there that are doing the utmost negative versus the overwhelming dudes who are out here doing positive. I'm talking about by way of them working, handling, their businesses, their families, their kids, doing the things that they're supposed to do to be a part of society and to add into the value of people's lives, and no matter where it is that they live. So, it's crazy. It is crazy. One of many said vetting is BS because people show you who they are when they're good and ready. Yeah, that's also true as well too. And that's why I tried to speak directly from my experience in my situation, and try to let people know that from both sides. And even within that, I listed, hey, this is where I messed up because maybe I didn't notice some red flags and maybe I ignored some things. But again, you're young during that time, so you're not going to sit up to know that. It's just like, when you're 15 or whatnot, you're not going to know if, a girl is sitting up there playing you at 15 because you don't know what specifically to look for. You're emotionally blinded because like, oh, you're in love with this person. You like, and the craziest part is when you're that young, when you love somebody, you feel it. Like it's just a force that it's the craziest thing. And the hilarious part is that after some heartbreaks happen, during that timeline of being a teenager, you never really get that exact same feeling back. Right. And I'm specifically talking about like guys. Right. I'm just specifically, talking about guys. What did Gail say? He's like, I hang on your every word. Gail is hilarious. Much love and respect and appreciation to Gail. Much love to Gail. Also, shout out to all of my moms directly out there. Let's go to the next video. We're going to be dealing with a Meghan Markle esque type, and you're going to see why it is that I say that.
One more date. If I have one more encounter with a man in his early 30s telling me that what he's looking for is a hustler, that he's looking for a queen to build an empire with, to be hustling for the next 5 years, I'm officially tapping out. Because what y'all don't get is us girlies in our early 30s, we've been hustling. We fell victim to the girl boss, and we was girl bossing for the last decade. We went to school, we started our businesses, we bought houses. We've been doing this shit on our own. We've been on our independent woman shit. And you talking to me about hustling another 5 years? My mans, I'm trying to have some babies, and you want me out here working too and hustling? You got me fat.
All right, I'm back. But yeah, that's 100% crazy. This is the one I was talking about. That's basically a Meghan Markle type, and I'm not sure if she might be of another ethnicity. I'm not sure if she may be biracial, but it's pretty Meghan Markle. I'm just trying to listen to her, my man. So I'm like, what? Here's what I'm like, yeah, slang ain't really for everybody. It's not really for everybody. If she would have said, like my guy or something like, yeah, all right, that's cool. But it's like, nah. And then I'm looking at like she tried to do like some of the hand mannerisms and stuff that you would normally see with like black. I'm like, this ain't working. Something ain't clicking. I'm like, who specifically, what demographic of guys are you specifically talking about? Because I'm like, I need you to put that directly on the front and center of the video, because I'm like, oh man, dear Lord. But yeah, also going to the other effect of what she stated before, how she was like, hey, we've been girl bossing for a decade, and what I'm like, whose fault is that? I'm like, nobody, nobody told you, no guy out here really told you to go out here and spend like 10, 15 or whatever years to do this, that, and the third. And now, you're not having like the relationships or the pool of men is vastly different. No, nobody told you to do that. You decided to feed into the whole thing that other women were sitting up there telling you. And now you see exactly what it is. Now you're like, okay, I'm ready to sit up there and get married and have babies. Now, again, if she just want to have kids, there's tons of guys out here that will sit up there and oblige. There's tons of guys out there that will sit up there and get her pregnant with no problem. She'll have 10 kids. She'll have 10 kids. But like I said before, you talking about you don't want to work no more. You want to do this. You want to basically retire. Nah, son. Men don't got that option. We work pretty much from birth up until we die. Something like that. That's how it works, champ. You want to be the king. You want to be a champion. You want to be in that court. You want to hold that ball. You hold that down. And this is what I be talking about before. Like I said, all power to the women out there doing the corporate thing and making the multi-millions and everything like that. But there's no rest. I'm just gonna be honest. Guys don't really have the luxury of like, all right, I'm about to just sit up there and stop and take a breath. Nah, because if we stop, guess what? We lose our money. A lot of women have the luxury of being able to say that they want to be in a boss position and then be like, all right, I'm just gonna stop this and just have kids. Huh? That's crazy. That is crazy. That's a nice break right there. That's a nice break to be able to do. But then at the same time, she'll say that this is what she wants. And then if the guy is going out there working, fulfilling, the role in a position, she's going to come back through and she's going to have a complaint of the guy not specifically doing the things, that are needed in the home. Like he may not be doing the laundry. He's not, doing the grocery shopping. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. But it's like he's out there trying to fulfill the needs of the home because you're not working anymore, right? You put yourself in a position of being a stay-at-home mom. This is what you said that you wanted to do. Again, somehow, some way, the guy in this situation is going to lose. So for any of those guys that decide to date her, get married, to have kids, be very wary. She can sit up there and look whatever you want to sit up there and call it. You are going to be the own causation of your own downfall if you decide to date her and get into a relationship and a marriage. It's going to be all bad. It is going to be all bad. Let me see. It's crazy. Diabolical work. So the next video that we're going to go into is completely factual, right? Let me just paraphrase this here. So the video that the short 6 seconds, because I had to make sure to mute the music, right? It's the same thing that a lot of black people have talked about, which is stop hyping up white people for doing the same things that black people been sitting up there doing. And the only reason that they specifically get spotlight or hyped up is because there's somebody that's different, doing something that we've always done, right? It's just somebody different doing it, right? And this brother's going to sit up there and explain it. So let's get into it.
Listen, why do we got to go through this? What my boy say? Now, why we got to go through this? Dude, we don't have to hype up any and every Caucasian person that we see that got a little bit of rhythm. I mean, it's cool, right? Whatever. But my thing is this. Our spots have been the spots. Wherever we at, people gonna come. That's just part of Black American culture.
Yeah.
Our culture is very dominant. So people are going to come and enjoy and participate in the culture. That's inevitable, right? But to sit up here and try to hype up every person that walked through the door like, ooh-wee, you got standing around pulling their phones out, ooh-wee, boy, she getting it, ain't she? Man, listen, a white person will kick it with you, lay with you, do all of that, and still wake up and support and or practice white supremacy.
Bars.
All them Caucasian girls that was going down to them juke joints, getting pregnant by them brothers, saying that they were all of them white dudes going down there to them juke joints, even on the plantations down there kicking it with black folks, getting them black women pregnant, running off, leaving them kids, or making their kids
Bars.
working on plantations, dude, this is nothing new. We don't have to hype this stuff up all the time, bro. It's cool. She can dance. Whoop-de-doo. My
Yep.
thing is this. When is someone from another culture, from a different ethnic group, going to do something culturally innovative that we can participate in and
Never.
enjoy? That's my question. I want
Never.
somebody to show and prove that. Black folks, we got to do better.
That's facts. Everything that he said is facts. The fact that, yo, Mahoko, what is up? What is up? What is up? The fact that he stated that you would have on both sides the white dudes that would get the black women pregnant, leave them with those kids, and they'll probably be working in plantations. And then you got the white women that will sit up there and go to, all of the jazz, the hot spots or whatnot back in the day, and they'll be directly with those black dudes, and then they'll turn around at the end of the day and try to claim that black dude or black dudes did something to them. Right? Again, all of these things are historical in nature. And at the end of the day, they both play for the same side, right? They both cause the same thing to sit up there and happen, right? Which was the detriment or a negative impact on the black community. And then, like you said before, when is it going to be a point in time where any of these other cultures specifically are going to come out with something so innovative that everybody is feeling that you'll see black people just jumping directly on board and everybody sitting up there doing it? I've yet to sit up there and see it. I've yet to see it. I've seen other people out there dance. Black people ain't sitting up there trying to all in droves jump in on that, copy that, and do it. I've seen other people with some styles. Black people ain't jumping in on droves trying to do that and all this other type of stuff. The main thing that I've consistently seen is that whenever black people start dancing online, like TikTok, everybody want to start doing it. This is when we had the whole issue some years back where black people were like, yo, I'm not dancing on TikTok no more. The creators, we're not dancing on TikTok no more, because all that happens is that white people will look at what it is that we're doing. They'll steal it, and then they'll do it themselves. And then they'll be the ones at the top getting the recognition and all this other type of stuff. It's crazy work. It's crazy. William Perry said, the internet, we're literally talking about like dances. We're talking about something that is cultural, right? So let's say what white people be doing down south, like square dancing and stuff, whatnot, or whatever. Yeah, you don't see black people around America. Oh yeah, we're about to start, square dancing and nah, we're not sitting up there doing that. Whatever y'all do is whatever y'all sitting up there doing, right? That is specifically you. Or how white people like to have what is it like? Mayo with a potato salad. They want to put like raisins, nuts, and dirt and tree bark and all this other type of stuff in a potato salad and macaroni. We're not sitting up there cooking that directly in our homes. That's a you thing. Or how it is that y'all like to sit up there and put mayo with everything. That's a you thing. We're not jumping on that. We're not jumping on that. Like that's some crazy work. 100% crazy work. Like I said, y'all got your own things that y'all like to do. Just like we got our own things, right? But it is what it is. Just saying. So next, let's go to another video.
I hate to be the bearer of reality, but y'all know that we are the ones that's about to create the next round of businesses and schools. Y'all know that they gonna burn them down and flood us out. Y'all realize this, right? I know history isn't really our thing, but you do realize that it's repeating itself, yes? Y'all do understand that we need to learn some skills. Understand that the educators are gonna have to start educating in our homes. Are we all on one accord that we need the black farmers to start really digging in, that we're going to need accountants and lawyers, carpenters, shoemakers? Like, have we realized that it's happening again? We're going to have to create Black Wall Street in Tulsa and all of the towns that are currently under the rivers in America. I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page because, yeah, okay. Where that girl at? Oh, okay.
She's correct. Because the thing I love so much about history Minus the people that want to come through and troll, is that history repeats itself. And as I've stated before a multitude of times, white people don't normally care about history if it has nothing to do with them or it's not having no impact. They don't, really care at all. For black people historically, when it deals with the circumstances and the things that we are currently seeing, it's like, yeah, we're the only ones out of the United States that really needs to start, thinking, getting stuff together, figuring stuff out. Like I said, white people are fine. They're completely fine. They got their white picket houses, they got their fences, the nuclear family, everybody's married, all of that stuff. They don't got, any things dealing with anything mega medical, right? They're not falling to anything medical. They're all rich. They all got, money in the bank and all this stuff, right? White people are good, right? Every other race out here, they're all good. Black people are the main ones that got to focus in on this, because black people are going to be the main ones that are going to suffer the most when it deals with the future, which is not that far away. Like I said, 2030, 2030 to 2035 is going to be some very interesting years, going to be some very interesting times. Then you're going to have another, uptick somewhere around, 2040, right? So again, looking directly at the future and the path and how everything is, yeah, it's black people got to sit up there and buckle down. Remember, everybody else don't have to worry about this, right? Everybody else doesn't have to, really worry about this or try to, be concerned or anything like that. It's realistically only us, right? But it is what it is. You said, what is your argument for look at the historical charts, look at the historical factors that are directly there. You're asking me, uh, oh, you said you like 20 years old, you need to get some time under your belt. I'm a little bit confused on that. I don't need time to actually understand the history and how it is that history tends to repeat itself one way or another. And the main way that history tends to repeat is because people enable it. So the same thing, like I told y'all before, when it dealt with the crack epidemic, right? When it supposedly, quote unquote, it was only the blacks. It was only in the black communities, yada yada yada, all this other type of good stuff. The government literally, put out something specifically about that as well, and specifically only targeting drugs in the black community and locking those men up. Mind you, white men do drugs all the time, but y'all consider it something else, right? But once a drug epidemic or pandemic got directly into the white communities, y'all started losing your minds, because y'all started seeing the tolls of lives directly in front of you. You guys had to start planning a lot of funerals. You guys had to start putting a lot of people on ventilators. You guys had to look at a lot of your kids losing their lives. You had to look at the erasure of a nice amount of the young population out there from middle school, high school, and college. Again, it didn't make any type of sense. But like I said, y'all didn't care about the history of before. And because you didn't care, guess what? It's going to sit up there and repeat. Now it's going to be directly at your doorstep. And here we are. We're looking through America and we're seeing white people in zombie land, in zombie mode. It's crazy. So, what does me being alive in the 80s have to do with what it is that I'm talking about? Like that doesn't even make any type of sense. So basically your point is, if any of the times, if I wasn't around during the 1900s, the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, right? If I wasn't around during any of those times, then I shouldn't speak on any of the history or the knowledge that is openly out there. I shouldn't speak on none of that. That's what you're stating, right? Like that don't make any sense. That's a little bit confusing. That's a little bit confusing. That's like telling a kid that wasn't born during the time of 9/11 that you shouldn't speak on it or even try to do any type of memorial about it because you weren't there. That's only for those who were there to experience or who were there born during that time. That sounds completely stupid. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? You said you ain't seen who was doing the dope back then. Which drugs we want to talk about here? Because if you want to talk about like opioids and stuff, I can point to the United States government and how it is that they started bringing that directly into the United States and allowing your people and everybody else to get their hands on it. Because, we got a difference of grade, right? We got the crack cocaine and then we have cocaine. Whitest of snow, right? Directly out there. What is it? Doug, for William Perry, you don't even have an argument. You're just saying stuff just to sit up there and say stuff. Like it literally doesn't make any type of sense. And then I had somebody else directly in there. What was it? As somebody else trying to, ask me what was the struggles that black people basically, face for the most part, that a lot of these things have been open. We can even go to the aspect of loans for black people who may want to start a business or homes. For the most part, that mainstream media has pointed that out directly to you. And you're like, what struggles do black people have to face? That shows your ignorance and how ignorant you want to be about a situation. For the most part, that mainstream media, which that is your God. That's what you believe in. That's what you listen to. Mainstream media has reported on the facts that black homeowners get their homes devalued versus their white counterparts. And they further prove this by way of trying to sell it as the black homeowners and having, some stuff directly in there. And a house gets devalued by tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars versus when they clear certain things out and then they have somebody white representing the house, aka being the homeowner, and then they try to sell it. Magically, they get over what it is that they were trying to sell the house for. Again, you have to explain that to me. But like I said, a lot of people would rather stay ignorant about a lot of those things. You said pull up the numbers. You can use whatever you want to use. Didn't Elon give y'all Grok 2.0, 4.0? Don't you got like Chat GPT? Matter of fact, don't you got Google? Because you're on a Google platform, right? I'm not sure if you realize this or not. YouTube is a Google platform, right? So a giant advertisement platform. So very easily, if you're on Google, why don't you just type into Google and actually look up some mainstream media news? It's not that difficult. Yo, Miss Rivers, what is up? What is up? What is up? Much love, respect, and appreciation. You said any proof to back up your claims. You can go and look up the proof. Google is free. I do a lot of research every single time I happen to do live streams and videos. Like, hold on. Let me So y'all see comments like this, right? So mind you, let me go to YouTube real quick. Let me just go back. There's a video I just recently put up, and I did a live stream. Some of y'all were actually here for, right? The live stream I did some days ago had to do with the economy, right? It was titled Elon and Doge Found Corruption in America. Kid you not, I'm looking at the analytics, only got 491 views, and that is a 54-minute video where I'm going over information from government websites. So again, I do research. I actually do put information out there that anybody, and during the live stream, I told people like, hey, everything that I'm telling you, I'm showing you the website and I'm telling you where it is so you can look it up directly for yourself. You don't have to just sit up there and believe my word. But like I said before, only got like 491 views on that video, and that's an informative video. Do you think somebody like the troll Swaggy would pull up to, that video and want to start asking for information and where did I get my sources? Because like I said, y'all don't actually care about information. You just want to try to deflect and try to do this and try to do that. But when I put up informative videos, the same type of energy that y'all want to troll around and do in this live stream comment section, y'all don't have the same energy when I give you informative videos where I'm showing you the proof of everything. It's crazy work. Diabolical work. But like I said, here we are. And this is, again, how it is that history will repeat itself. You said it sounds like you're in a victim mentality, the excuses, your lack of determination and dedication to be successful. Nothing is stopping you from being successful except for you. You know the funny thing about me explaining anything, I didn't say anything for myself. I gave the description of dealing with black people as a whole, black people being a part of the United States. It's crazy. Wait, you said, but you wanna you or let me because y'all both basically saying the same thing. You said, but you want to drag on people because of their race. Last time I checked, wasn't it white people sitting up there saying that the Hispanics are taking the jobs? Correct me if I'm wrong. Who was that? William Perry? Correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't y'all the ones out here sitting up here stating that all the immigrants were taking the jobs from you guys? Wasn't that y'all? Because I could swear listening to rallies, right? Listening to these Republican rallies and all this other type of stuff that y'all openly have on social media, all of your social media forums, especially going through Fox News. It is y'all sitting up here saying that everybody is taking jobs from you. It's crazy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. Hold on. Now, why you gotta sit up there and why you gotta bring race into it? You was like, I seen black folks say it's so now we're doing a back and forth thing, right? So now it's like, but black people are sitting up there. That's the same thing y'all said about slavery. It's like, you know what? You guys sold, slaves. So why do you have a problem if we're sitting up there doing it? If you're the one sitting up there doing it, it doesn't make any type of sense. We, us Europeans, wouldn't be able to sell slaves if you weren't selling yourselves. That's crazy. So now we're doing a follow the leader. Is that what we're doing, William? We're doing follow the leader now. I thought you were supposed to be the king of kings. It shouldn't matter what black people are doing, right? Because black people don't really make up any numbers in the United States when it deals with the population, right? We're what, 13, 14% of the population? Your people are the greatest majority, right? And you guys have always been complaining that, quote unquote, the immigrants are taking the jobs. But you know what the funny part is? I realized where the jobs were sitting up there going back when I was younger, when I watched Fox 2 News. And there was a guy by the name of Hugh Perkins that sat up there and stated that 5% during the 2000s, 5% of the jobs, the factory jobs in the United States, were being outsourced. White people, you allowed American jobs to be outsourced. William, you and your ilk allowed American jobs to be outsourced. No immigrant here took your jobs. The United States government, the white government that we have, the white power structure that we have here, sold you out to the highest bidder. They were like, we don't care about your women needing to take off days for prenatal care. We don't care if she's pregnant. We don't care if you need a vacation. We don't care if you're tired. We don't care about your premium insurance. We don't care about your cancer. That's how that happened, William. Because you guys, for the longest time possible, were complaining to these corporations, telling them like, yo, we need more money. I'm educated. You need to sit up there and pay me what it is that I'm worth, America. That is your complaint to your government, to your white corporations and companies. Those are your complaints. And you know what those companies did? They were like, no problem. We hear you, William. So what we're going to decide to do is we're going to start outsourcing these jobs. So from the 2000s to now, William, tell me, where are those American jobs? And tell me, how is it possible that the immigrants took those jobs from you when your people, the white men in these positions of power at the heads of these corporations, are the ones that sold the jobs out to the highest bidder, gave them to China, gave them to Mexico, gave them to India? Anytime that I want to sit up there and check on, make any type of bank transactions, make some stuff happening, you know who I hear on the line? I don't got white Susan on the line talking to me no more. I got somebody from India talking to me. Explain that to me, William. How is that possible? If these banks are here in America, why am I getting somebody from India? Explain that to me. Oh, that's right, because y'all set up there and sold yourselves out. But you want to turn around and blame the immigrants. How that work? No matter how anything is sliced or cut, you never want to take responsibility for what it is that you voted for, what it is that you allowed. And you got the nerve to come up here and try to tell me like, oh, but black people complain about it too. I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that, William. I am not trying to hear that. Like, that's crazy work. So who let me go back up here. Who was that? Both William and what's the other one name? Where that name at? And Swaggy, yeah. Like I said, y'all never be barking up trees when it deals with these things here. Y'all never want to bark up trees when it deals with these things here, that's some diabolical work. That's crazy to me. That's 100%. Y'all so ready to sit up there and blame everybody else over your own failures, complications, problems, and issues versus looking at yourselves. That's crazy. Y'all always ready to sit up there and pass the buck. And you got the nerve to come up here. Oh, what proof do you have? Y'all always want to sit up there and be victims. Y'all the number one victims. You're the cause. I don't care if you vote Democrat or Republican. You are the causation of everything that is going on in America. Like, that's crazy. That's some crazy work. Like I said, I literally gave you a video from the Republican Party where it was Elon that was sitting up there telling you how all these other groups, you got European immigrants that are able to come directly over here and get more assistance and assurance and help than you can as a white American. And I asked y'all during a live stream, white people of America, how do you allow that to happen? How do you allow European immigrants to come over here and to get more help and assistance from the government you created? How do you allow them to do that? And I get silence. I get silence. I literally Swag, he was like, you're literally sitting up there race blaming it. No. Hold on. So what, you want me to, I'm sorry, maybe it's more palatable if I say American, but we know who are the main majority in America. You can't say the blacks. You can't say the Negroes. You can't say the colored folks. You can't use none of those brandings to try to sit up there and sweeten this up. If I say American, if I say true American, you should know who it is that I'm talking about. But like I said before, y'all need things to be palatable. This is how y'all start going into the avenue, but like, you know what, the most racist people out here are actually the blacks because they're the only ones that actually really focus on race. I don't see race. That's some crazy work. That is some crazy work. Let me see if I can get this stat up here. Let me see. Let me try to go to the debt. Because I thought I'm not sure if it's gonna fully show up the way I want. I don't got OBS up. So let me just take a snapshot because I don't got OBS up. Because you're talking about, I'm race blind. No problem. Because I understand how y'all get, right? So in this small little picture, you probably can't really see it because it's small as all get out. But anybody can look at it, right? Anybody can look at it. Go to the United States debt clock, right? So United States has a debt of what is that, like 36 trillion directly up there. So for William and the other one and what is that, Shaggy directly up here. Let me know who caused that debt. Who is the causation of all of that debt that I see directly up here? I need to know. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out, right? Because we're all Americans, right? I'm just trying to figure out who is the causation of that $36 trillion worth of debt. That's some crazy work. That is diabolical. And then on top of that, we got 36 trillion in debt, but yet we're still printing money. How is that possible? How William, Shaggy, how is that possible? How can the United States government be in debt, be broke for all? When you're in debt, you're broke, right? How can the United States government be in debt, aka broke, and still be shelling out money? Let me know that. Let me know, because right, you don't want me to talk about race. Let me know who are holding the keys to this debt. Let me know. Who is that? Who is that? That's a lot of debt. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know how to count 37 trillion. That's a mathematical equation for me. That's crazy. That's some diabolical work. Like I said, those are numbers that I can't even comprehend. My wallet can't even pronounce that. So again, if my bank account and my wallet can't manage that, I need to know who's in America, whose bank account could actually manage that. Who can actually count that high? Because it ain't me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying because now I'm going to cut into the area of now dealing with race. I don't know anybody that's black in America that has 37 trillion worth of debt. I don't even know nobody black that got trillions of debt, billions of debt, millions. I've never seen it before. That's some diabolical work. Like I need William and Shaggy to let me know who in the black community is in control of this debt. Who is the causation in the black community is that? What you going to say? You going to tell me what it was like welfare? Black people being on like welfare, government assistance, black people creating like, single parent homes. Like, so how are we going to do this? How are we going to slice this to try to factor in black people and to make them so problematic that they are the greatest bearers and the causation of this debt? Because the moment in time that I just so happen to talk about things like this, basically talking about America, y'all be, real silent. Y'all don't tend to say a lot of things. Y'all don't want to try to, open up a can of debate and want to debate the facts of the numbers when it deals with the debt in the United States and how that's affecting everybody. But y'all walk around here, y'all want to try to present yourself and boast of yourselves as if everybody's American, as if you all care. And like I said before, history repeats itself. Because y'all didn't want to pay attention and listen and look at what happened in the past. Like somebody told me before, like, oh, you weren't even around during those days. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're probably only about like 20. You're right. No problem. I don't know nothing about the previous history of debt, but guess what? That previous history of debt is a part of this clock. So now your problem that your people created, your generation created, now is my generation's problem. Look at that. Because people of your time didn't want to fix these issues and problems because you decided to keep voting and voting and voting, being stupid. Here we are now at 37 trillion. I don't even know what 37 trillion looks like. That's crazy. That is crazy, mind-boggling. Oh, now you guys want to talk. You said so my argument is invalid. Okay, but you're still on my platform. Any argument that I decide to have is valid on my platform. Somebody else said you're asking me to explain economics to you when you've made it blatantly obvious that you're a high school dropout. I mean, actually, I didn't drop out of high school at all. I actually have my diploma. I'm not sure who exactly told you that, but that's cool. Whatever. You believe I'm a high school dropout being black? No problem. Whatever makes you sleep at night, that's completely cool. I have no problem with that. Again, I have nothing to sit up there and prove. You got it, buddy. So, obviously you're saying that I'm a high school dropout and I'm a college failure. So you, as the studious student that you are, you should be able to go through the United States government and fix this debt because you're smarter than me, as you've basically presented it. You stated that I'm a high school drop. I'm a school failure all across the board, right? So you being smarter than me, being able to see the numbers, look these numbers up, you should be able to go into the government and fix this problem in this situation. Because that's all you basically told me. That's all you told me. Right? Me again said a Democrat or Republican, they all work together. You know what? Thank you for being as ultra intelligent. Thank you. Thank you being ultra intelligent. Thank you for actually seeing and understanding some things. Because like I said, when they deal with the trolls, this is all fun and games to them. But at the end of the day, they're going to inevitably fall to the circumstances, whatever circumstances the United States government has laid out for them. They don't know what it is because the main focus is going to be just black people in order to disguise and to cover that up. And then the next topic is like the immigrants to disguise and cover that up. The next topic is going to be China and Russia. So a lot of white Americans are not going to really see or realize what the United States government is doing because the United States government knows that all they have to do is throw certain groups directly out there and white people will be jamming. They'll be focused directly in on that and they won't care about nothing else. It's crazy work. Okay, So no problem, Shaggy. So we're in a $37 trillion of debt. Where is it black people's fault? That's what I was asking you. Y'all, you got some of your compadres directly out here telling me that I'm a high school dropout, right? So I don't know nothing about nothing. So I need you to sit up there and educate me and tell me how it is that black people are the majority of this 37 trillion. So you said Obama. Isn't Obama African? Isn't Kamala Harris Indian? So you mean to tell me that the United States government allowed an African to be the leader of the free world and to add debt into the United States debt clock? Is that what you're telling me? Okay, so no problem, right? So wait. She's always been Indian. I've said that on my platform. I guess you must be late to the party. And I've showcased actual proof that she's Indian by way of an interview that she did with an Indian person who directly called her Indian. She never corrected him at all anywhere during the interview. She was like, "Actually, I'm black." He didn't say that. She nodded, she smiled, and she answered right after he said that she was Indian. So, like I said before, I guess some people are late to the party, don't pay attention. I guess some people would rather stay oblivious to, the things going on out here. That's some crazy work. That is some crazy work. Like you acting like people haven't pointed this stuff out before. So let's go back to the thing dealing with Obama, right? So out of the one president that is melanated, how many others were there that were white? Because you're not going to sit up there and tell me that he is the whole complete of that 37 trillion worth of debt. Because I'm like, that's a lot of T's to like knock down. Because after you go from 30, you go to 20, you go to the tens, you go to single digits, right? And now we're dealing with what, hundreds of billions? But last time I checked, right, dealing with the trillions of dollars that we're in debt, weren't we still giving money over to other nations, other countries? I'm talking about in like the billions, hundreds of millions. So I'm like, I'm a little bit confused. I'm a little bit lost on that. A little bit lost. Brother Exile was like, I'm done with that clown. That means that somebody got KO'd into the shadow realm. It'd be like that. But anyways, now we're going to go back to Miss Clarissa Shields. And this is her response that she had dealing with a video where it showed her, trying to work out. And this white guy decided that he wanted to say something directly to her about her headphones and all this other type of stuff. So the way I cut it is that you'll see it. So to catch everybody up, but let's get into it.
I don't know if you guys seen it recently, or it was probably like my last live before this one. I was in the gym on a treadmill, and this white man was next to me on a treadmill. And over here, when, baby?
Can you use headphones? Do you mind if you use afterwards?
What do you mean?
Because you're being loud.
How can you hear me? You have your headphones.
I have my headphones, and I still hear you.
So you don't want me to talk? I'm still going to be able to talk.
That. I'm just asking kindly if you could use your headphones.
What, do you hear my voice? You still going to hear my voice?
And her voice.
I'm her.
Okay.
You don't hear nobody's voice but mine.
Okay.
I don't know how you hear me. He got his headphones on. You want me to speak lower? I don't know. What's wrong with these people? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyways, like I was saying, this is my third day back working out. My birthday's shooting in a couple days. As you guys can see. Right. I don't know what that was about. But as you can see, my stomach is fattish. I think he was happy. I'm trying to keep my composure.
He's talking to
I don't think this me off though.
Off camera.
Anyways. That's what I was talking about. I forgot. He said he's able to hear y'all too. That's what he was saying. He said he could hear y'all. And I mean, y'all, first of all, he had his headphones on. He was running for his damn life on that treadmill. And I mean, he was getting it in. Like, he was working, so I can't even say nothing about him. Like, was he not working? Was he working? I don't know, but he was getting it in. And all I remember is me going live to talk to y'all. I'm like, hey, you know, y'all have this my third day in the gym. I feel good. I'm ready to get back to it. Boom, boom. And then all of a sudden, while I'm talking to y'all, while he on this loud ass treadmill, sprinting, running hard as hell with his headphones on, he interrupts my live and talks to me and says, hey, you are loud. Can you put some headphones on? And I look at him trying to understand where he's coming from, because it's like, well, if I put my headphones on, you're still going to hear me talking. So what? So what's the real problem? He was like, you're loud and they're loud. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, who, y'all loud? So now I flip the camera to him and me. I'm like, that's me. You can't hear them. He can't hear y'all. He can't hear the comments. So now I'm like, your problem is that you hear me talking. Oh, that's not gonna change anything. So I get a little frustrated. So people don't know that while I'm on a treadmill running, that Pap is on the treadmill right there next to me. Pap is right there next to me on the other treadmill running. Well, he's walking. So he like, what he just said? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm trying to keep my composure, because I guess he don't want to hear my voice while I'm on my live. Like, you know, what the hell? So Pap was like, hey, mute that, because the man got off the treadmill and went to go do something. I don't know. Maybe he was done running, because he had ran a hard mile. He had to run a hard mile. He had to. So Pap was like, hey, mute that. So I muted my live to where y'all couldn't hear, and Pap went down there and talked to him. I don't know what Pap said. I just kept it muted because that's what he asked me to do. And then all of a sudden after, I don't know what Pap said to him, but he came back and he said, hey, the white man came back and said, hey, sorry for being rude. He said, sorry for being rude. You know, I wasn't trying to be rude or whatever. And I just said, okay, and continued on. You know, it seemed like everything I do now, it goes live or viral or whatever the case may be. After that, I had unmuted my phone and continued to talk to y'all on the live. But my thing is, show my hair. Why? No, so the thing is, I think what people need to understand about me is I have grown a lot. You know, I've grown a lot. And I think the way that I handled that man was very demure, very, very calm, because let him would have caught me a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have slapped the shit out of him. And that's no lie. Anybody that knows no, I would have told him, hey man, shut the fuck up and get out my face. Really. Because what is headphones going to change? I put in headphones right now while I'm on this live with y'all, and guess what? I'm still going to be talking. I'm even going to be talking louder because I got headphones on.
Yep.
Right. So I just was like, you know, I think I handled that very well. And for people to say, oh, yeah, if you're loud in the gym, you should be mindful of people. He should have turned that damn music up. He was running hard as hell on that treadmill. He was stomping. He should not have been able to hear me. And I'm talking normal. So now it's the thing of, you know, just having to deal with that. You know, I don't know how many other women have to deal with white men who be in gym like that. But to me, it was he was very, very entitled. He's very entitled. He thought he ran the gym. He was at the same hotel I was at. So you ain't no better than me. We are both here. And that's it. So you don't get to tell me whether you want to hear my voice or not. If my voice was annoying you that much, go down to the 12 treadmills down the block. Well, actually, it's probably 3 more treadmills left in the gym. I think it was 2 next to Pap, and then it was probably 1 more down from him. He could have went down. So I'm like, for him to basically be like, he didn't want to hear my voice and he thought I was having a whole conversation on a phone call. He can hear the comments. You cannot hear the comments, sir. It's just me talking and you only see another face over there because I'm on live. And like I said, I don't know what Pap said to him, but he came back and he apologized for being rude because that's exactly what he was. He was rude as hell. And he was out of order. Out of order, out of order, out of order.
Yep. And that's the main thing I tried to tell people before. Like that is, we ain't doing that. Let me, nah. We don't be doing that. We don't be doing that. Let me just put that warning directly out there. We don't be just magically pulling up to people's lives and pulling some nonsense trying to advertise somebody else's live. That's a little bit crazy. Like I said, I don't care if it was like a bot or whatnot or whatever. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You're automatically banned. Not here. That's some crazy work. Crazy work. That's diabolical. And then on top of it, I'm sitting up there looking. I'm like, so that's a supernatural like white woman. That come on, bro. We're not doing that. I'm getting you up out of here. But anyways, back to what she stated, and that was a point that I brought up before she even had this response, or I was able to listen to it. Because I've been on treadmills before. If you have on headphones, you're going to be feeling and hearing the vibrations, number one, of the treadmill, number two, of the movement of your body and your feet, number three, you're going to be hearing your own self breathe, number four, your headphones are going to be up. In order for him to actually hear what Clarissa was even talking about, he had to have his headphones probably on 5, but he's trying to tell her she needs to put in headphones. She's going to be louder. That doesn't even make any sense. What would make more sense is that you as a person that decided you wanted to be there and start running, your headphones should automatically be up. Your headphones should be up. You should be having those on like 50%. Because you should hear more of yourself in that treadmill than actually her. Like that's crazy. That's 100% crazy. Like, and then for him to decide to come back around when Papoose set up and had a conversation, he wanted to apologize. It's like, nah, you just shouldn't have said it from the beginning. You should just put up your headphones. Any point in time, like even let's say that I'm on public transportation, right? I'm taking a bus, right? Maybe I was taking a D-dot somewhere, like let's say high school, right? Taking a D-dot. If I happen to hear somebody on a bus or somebody like next to me and they talking loud, I'm turning up my music. That's all I'm doing. I'm turning up my music. I got my headphones on. I'm turning bad boys directly up. That's all I'm sitting up there doing because I'm not trying to hear other people's conversation. I'm not trying to hear what it is that other people are basically talking about. I don't got no time for that, right? It ain't none of my business. So I'm turning up my stuff. It's that simple. That's crazy. Yo, RJ, what is up? What is up? You said if I have headphones on and I can't hear people when I'm at the gym, so how in the world he heard her? That's bars. That's bars. Tippy says, speaking of the gym, were they playing their music loud? I'm not even sure. I am not even sure. Miss Ivory said to Papoose, thanks for standing up for your lady. Tippy said, oh, I missed it. What did he say? Oh, wait, you talking about Papoose? Somebody said, why is this woman voice too deep? What are you even talking about? Oh, okay, I got you. No problem. You said instead of leaving her to fight her own battles. All right, me again said her voice isn't deep. Listen to some other women. Yep. Yeah. I said I had to pack some people up out of there too because I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, you really gonna be trying to do that here? I'm like, that's some diabolical work. But yeah, like I said, shout out to the quote. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. Shout out to a lot of the the black female boxers directly out there, because they do not get the love and the recognition that they actually deserve. Because I see a lot of the comments, especially from white guys, and I kid you not, if you are to follow Clarissa Shields and you just look at some of the comments that she gets from the non-black guys out here, it's crazy. I'm like, why are you so worried and concerned about, in a sense, her and what it is that she's doing? Shouldn't you be focused on like the men's side, like really, arguing back and forth with them? Like, why are you arguing with a woman? Why are you trying to sit up and tell her she needs to prove this, she needs to prove that? She got like a multitude, she got like 99 belts. plus on top of that, she got gold medals representing the United States. A lot of the dudes sitting up there talking never did anything close to what she did. They never even played on the world stage. The most that they did, they're like Al Bundy. It's like, yo, I got my highlights, back when I was in high school, I was the best. And right, that's the only jersey that they got. And now they sitting somewhere, got like 9 kids, they're in like a dead-end marriage, and they got like some lazy boy from like 2004 and a messed up beater, and sitting there knocking back a couple of brews, thinking about what used to be. That's pretty much a lot of them in her comment section directly on X. Like that's crazy. Like that's diabolical. That's diabolical 100%. And the reason that a lot of people want to try to say and come at her negatively is because she is darker complected. So the moment in time you happen to hear people try to say that her voice is deep or this, that, and the third, this is because she has a darker complexion. Because when it deals with lighter skin black women directly out there, you never hear guys sitting up there saying none of that type of nonsense. Right? When it dealt with Layla Ali, you never heard nobody sit up there and say, like, oh, Layla got a deep voice. Nah, ain't nobody ever say that. Nope, not at all. It's crazy work, though. 100% crazy work. But anyways, let's go to the next video.
A piece of the interview that Byron Donald said when he was being interviewed on the Breakfast Club, talking about the reason why he is against reparations is because he is the son of a Jamaican father and a Panamanian mother. And this reasoning here is why we won't try to fight our politics. Don't continue to black us or try to manipulate us or gaslight us into thinking that it is xenophobic to not want to be represented by somebody that is not us. And no other group of people do y'all try to push this. And no other group of people do y'all want anybody but represent Asians, represent Hispanics. Y'all know exactly what y'all are doing. You feel what I'm saying? Anything that does not benefit y'all amongst us, y'all hinder. And this is a problem to us. Feel what I'm saying? You could always move back home and fight your government for what is owed to your people and your lineage, but y'all will never plan on moving back. This y'all got in cahoots about. Y'all never going to leave. Therefore, anything that y'all can't benefit from or weasel y'all way into, y'all want to hinder. Y'all want to black us. You feel what I'm saying? It's mighty funny how y'all like to play stupid conveniently. Nobody knows what a real true black American is. Nobody knows what a foundational black American is. Nobody knows what this lineage-based cult is. But it's mighty funny. The moment that y'all enter our politics, y'all smarten up instantly. Y'all understand instantly who we are, what you cannot benefit from, and what you can. And as long as we say skin is skin, y'all can benefit and y'all are in. Y'all understand this completely once y'all enter politics. How the hell that work? How the hell y'all dumb it in a box of rocks until y'all enter some shit that can affect us? How the hell that work? Yes, y'all represent immigrants. And only in Hispanic politics, Hispanics are represented by Hispanics.
Bars.
In Asian politics, Asians are represented by Asians.
Bars.
And yet, the black caucus is filled up with immigrant children who are against anything for foundational black Americans that they can't benefit from.
It's crazy.
Y'all ain't nothing but a new and improved version of Christopher Columbus. Y'all can try to flip this either way you want to, any way you want to. But anybody who can move to a different country and actively participate in hindering a group of people, that's colonization, my brother, no matter which way you put it.
Bars. So we had somebody in here. We had a Lolly. It was like, you cannot appropriate somebody else's suffering or someone else's guilt. So move on. He also said, you don't speak for black people. I guarantee you that any black person that doesn't live in a majority black community is better off in every way. Huh? I guarantee you that any black person that doesn't live in a majority black community is better. See, this is the craziest part, right? About that comment that you wrote there. Now, lo and behold, you're talking about any of these black people, like more than likely they're going to be Africans, right? How many Africans do you know live in a white community and they own an African business? And it's successful and it's just booming there. It's not happening. Why do you think that a lot of immigrants who are like Arab, right? We got the Arabs, we got the Africans, we got the Asians directly in black communities open up businesses. Why are they not opening up these communities in these so-called white suburbs or white communities? Color me surprised. That's because it's not going to be successful. That's because white people are not really going to support it like that. White people are going to make sure to support their own stuff, right? Why don't these same said people open up restaurants in the Jewish community? Color me surprised. Guess what? Because Jewish people are going to make sure to support their own people. Why don't those same people also open up restaurants and businesses in Hispanic communities? Guess what? Color me surprised. That's because the Hispanics are going to support their own. They're going to make sure that their own make it before anybody else. And again, I don't have no problem with that. The problem that I have, exactly what she stated, is the fact that we got people from all over that decide that they want to get into black spaces of politics and they magically want to represent black people. And then when they represent black people and a conversation of reparation comes up, here they go, be like, oh, I'm not really too sure about reparations because I'm Panamanian, I'm this, I'm that. And, where does, my people or where do we fit directly within this reparations? Because we've been here since the 60s. And I'm like, what are we talking about here? No. This don't got nothing to do with you. This don't got nothing to do. If you got your own problem with the United States government, wait in line and handle that with your people wherever you come. If you're African and you got problems with the United States government, you want your former rubber, you better go handle that as an African by way of your African government. You better sit up there and handle that and have a conversation at a table with the United States government. Reparations with black Americans have nothing to do with any of y'all. This is specifically us. If Haitians get reparations because of what it is that they had to do and face because of France, I'm not going to sit up there and jump my black self directly in there, right? If those over there in Haiti get reparations, directly by way of the United States government, I'm not jumping myself directly over there. If Africans get their reparations directly from Europe, I'm not jumping my black self. Like I said, they can have a space, they getting their money. It is what it is. That is the history. You gonna get what it is that you deserve. None of these other groups should be picking their nose and sticking their faces directly what is happening with black politics. That's crazy to me. That's diabolical. That is 100% diabolical. Let me see what else we got. Like I said, case in point, let me go back to something. When the Jewish folks out here getting their former reparations or whatnot, you don't hear black people trying to stick their hands out and trying to get something or say that they don't do. We're not doing that. When Native Americans get theirs, we're not sitting up there saying that. When during the points and times that the United States government during the Biden administration was giving Asians a form of reparations or monies, you didn't see black people trying to stick their hands out and be like, yo, we need some of that. No. We let everybody get their own stuff. But for whatever reason, there's this large conspiracy where everybody is like, when it's time, where it seems time for black people to get their stuff, everybody is like, no. If we can't put our hands out and get something from it, y'all can't get nothing either. That's crazy. That is diabolical. And it's funny, like I said before, all of these other groups that want to talk about how black people are undeserving, they never want to bring that up. Just like I said up there and said before, to try to parallel this in a sense, how you got all the nations on the earth that can decide to sign the Antarctic Treaty. They're like, oh, we're going to war all over the planet. But this one place here, we're not going to sit up there and war. We're going to all say, no matter how we hate each other, we're not going to have any military. We're not going to have no war, no bloodshed directly here. We're going to protect this area. And we're going to make sure that everybody else, all the normal people around the world, cannot even, come here and see what it is that we're doing or take part in anything. Right? You got to have certain grades of clearances to get there. Like I said, just like you got that conspiracy there, it seems to be the same exact conspiracy when it deals with black people and reparations. Everybody all over the world got their mouth open and got something to say. You got people over there in Africa want to have their mouth open and have something to say. It's crazy work. But now we're going to deal with something special, which would be the feminist movement, and we're going to listen to what a woman has to state.
My husband for almost 20 years, but about 3 years ago, I was strongly considering divorce, and I want to talk to you about why. So I'm going to tell you the story of the day where I thought to myself, maybe I don't want to do this anymore. My husband and I had 4 kids. We both worked full time. We had been together for 16 years at this point. We've been together since high school. And on paper, I have an amazing husband. He is incredibly supportive. He's kind. He's loyal. He's a great dad. He's very hands-on. He's an active participant. He's always present. Like, on paper, what else could I ask for? But in reality, my experience is very similar to the experience of other women. I had this amazing husband who on paper was great, but I was incredibly frustrated and burnt out from our marriage and from motherhood. Because what happens to so many of us is that we marry these amazing men and we have amazing relationships and then we have kids. And when we have kids, women tend to carry a disproportionate amount of the work in the home, the work of raising kids, and the mental load. And that is exactly what happened to us. About 3 months after my 4th baby was born, I remember looking at my husband and saying, I need more. I need you to do more. I am exhausted. I am in charge of everyone and everything in this house. Every night when we cook.
So let me just freeze this real quick. Right. So she wanted to tell you how her as a white woman, she has this husband that is basically working. He's barely home because he's a longshoreman. Right. So he's not going to be home. He might be working like 15 or 20 hours or whatever it is away from home. And she's stay at home. It's very hard for her. It's 4 kids. She got to do everything, yada, yada, yada. So it says that this woman works from home. So in the mornings and after the workday, she's back on childcare duty. Her husband works as a utility linesman, which means that he can't work from home. I said longshoreman. It was a utility linesman. And he's often called for storm duty. And while both Keneal and her husband make 6 figures, she said that childcare is probably the thing that costs us the most. The reason that childcare will cost her the most is because this woman has a nanny. While also having a nanny, she also works directly from home, and she is making full-fledged content on social media. And note, she said that she was contemplating this marriage or wanting to get divorced because she felt unseen by her husband, which is affording her the lifestyle that she has. But let's continue.
You ask me what to make. Every day when you drop off the kids at daycare, you ask me what they need in their backpacks. I am the project manager of this home and I need you to do more. And he looked at me and he said, okay, just tell me what to do. Right? Every woman has heard this. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I said, okay, something that would make my life easier is if in the mornings when I came downstairs with the 4 kids, because I do mornings by myself, the dishwasher was emptied, the dishes were put away, and the trash was taken out. That would make my life so much easier because when I've got the 4 kids running around and the baby crying, I can't be looking for their favorite water bottle in the dishwasher. I just need to know it's clean. And he said, yeah, of course. What? Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. And so, of course, he does it. But then I have to remind him, and then he forgets, and then I have to remind him again. And there was this one morning where I woke up, and I went to put something in the trash, and it was overflowing. And I went to get my son's water bottle, and it was in the dishwasher with all of the other clean dishes. And I felt so disrespected and unseen and unvalued at that point in time. And I remember texting my husband being like, what happened? Like, why didn't you do this? And he said, sorry, I was running late for work. And I remember thinking, oh my God, he doesn't see me. Because what he's done has now made me late for work. And he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about the impact on me. And he doesn't see how every single thing in our home happens because I ask him to do it, or because I do it myself, or because I planned and organized it. The diaper bag is full because I filled it, right? I put the wipes in there. And I felt so frustrated. And I remember thinking, what's the point? What's the point of doing this with someone else? I might as well just do it alone. And it's not because my husband didn't love me or he did anything to me. And it's not because I didn't love him, but because I felt so taken advantage of in our relationship. And this dynamic, it doesn't happen by accident, right? It's not like my husband did it to me, but we've been raised in this society that tells men and women who they should be in marriages and what it looks like to be a good mom versus a good dad. And we know the bar for moms is way up here and the bar for dads is way down here. And we fell into these norms. We fell into these roles in our family, despite the fact that we never wanted to. And
hold on, let me just pause that. That woman said the bar for mothers is high and the bar for fathers is basically to hell. Are we kidding? Are we kidding right now? This man is literally doing work of which could take his life. He could literally lose it, especially if he's getting he has to work utility lines. That's like electrical work. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Something could happen. That man is no longer here. And you're talking about that the bar for him being a father is he's out there doing what men are said supposed to be doing, providing. He's out there risking his life. He's out there breaking his back in order to afford you what it is that you have. On top of the fact that they stated that she makes 6 figures. So I'm like, okay, so on top of the fact that you work from home, you have a nanny, why don't you also hire a maid? You got the money. Why don't you hire a maid? If you know that you quote unquote need the extra help, supposedly, why don't you hire a maid? Why are you trying to get on somebody? And he said that he forgot to do these things because he was running late for work. He can't afford to sit up there and be late. At a lot of these jobs that guys work, it's like, yo, you're going to start having real problems if you show up for late. You could potentially lose your job. And you sitting up there getting mad, trying to make it seem like, oh, he doesn't value me. He doesn't see me. He doesn't love me. He doesn't acknowledge. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And the craziest part is you have women that literally follow this woman, that literally listen, hang on every single thing. And they're like, oh yeah, this is why I don't want to get married and have kids. This is why men are just not the thing. This is why, women should just, oh my God. You literally have a married woman complaining about being married and having the things that most women state that they want, and somehow, some way, you want to blame the man for the conditions, and you want to try to fault him for doing the things that he's supposed to be. Like, this is what I be talking about. It don't matter what a guy does, he's still wrong. Somehow, some way, a villain is going to happen. Notice how she positioned herself as being the number one victim. She's doing everything right. She is stressed out. She's dealing with the 4 kids. She's the mother. She has to do this. She has to do that. And then she's like, well, this is what the dad has to do. Nothing. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. Diabolical work. But let's continue.
And I'm lucky, and I say lucky because I have a partner who I know loves me and wants me to be happy and was willing and able to change. And so we did the work to figure out what equity looked like in our relationship. And I can tell you now, 3 years later, that we are happier than ever. Our kids are thriving. Our home runs like a well-oiled machine. And that took a lot of work. I want to say it took like 18 months to get there. And it was well worth it. But it is not uncommon. And so if your wife is coming to you and she's saying, I'm burnt out by the mental load and I need you to do more, she's not just saying that because she wants you to do more chores. She's saying that because truly it can hurt your relationship. It can ruin your marriage if you do not participate in an equitable way in your home. And so what does that look like? What does it look like to change these dynamics? Well, we need to really assess in our homes what the work looks like. Because in most homes, the data supports this, women do a disproportionate amount of the work. They just do. They do more of the cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and the childcare while also working full time. And men have more time for things like their hobbies, like golf, for example, or just working out, running a marathon, right? And so
notice how she did that, right? She's like, us women have to do all of this work dealing with the kids, and men don't have to do anything. They just have all of this time for hobbies like working out, golf, running a 4K marathon. What are we even talking about, right? What are we even doing? What are we even doing? What are we even doing? Because let me put it to you like this. If a standard issue guy, if a 9-to-5 guy came to her and be like, yo, I want to sit up there and get married to you and have kids, this woman wouldn't sit up there and date him. She wouldn't date an average Joe who's going to be making average money, who could actually do the equitable share of the chores directly around the house. She wouldn't want to sit up there and have that because she's like, well, I shouldn't be making more money than you. You should be out here really doing more. You should be really contributing more to the bills. I'm like I said, no matter how you sit up and slice it, if she's making more, he's still like doing a standard issue job, but equally he's working and he's helping her with the kids. She's going to complain that basically you're here. too much. You're not making enough money. I'm covering more parts of the bills than you are. Like, what are you really doing here? Why am I even married to you? I could just do this. It would be that conversation, but it's not that conversation. She has somebody that's obviously making more, and she's like, well, you're not really here. You're not really helping me out. I'm pretty much the only one dealing with the kids, and you're just doing whatever you want to do. You can't, like I said, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's women like her. It is women like her that are married, that actually have everything, that are going to lead to other women being or staying single. Because other women will literally go online and eat up every single word. They will listen to her advice. They'll listen to her advice columns. They will read her books and everything and wonder why it is that they're still single at 30, at 40, at 50. Why it is that they can't find the right guy or the right man or whatnot or whatever. It's because of women like her. Like I said, women mislead other women. Women will lead other women into a single type of lifestyle. You are literally listening to somebody do that. Telling you like, oh, I was contemplating. I was really severely thinking about divorce. I bet you were. So that you can literally write another book talking about how you're a single mom doing it all your own after divorce and still looking for love. Yeah, that would have been the next column. That would have been the next book. That would have been the next several videos for years on your YouTube channel or whatever social media platform that you got. That's some crazy work. That is some crazy work. Like I said, stuff like this don't get called out enough. And people wonder why it is that a lot of guys don't want to sit up there and get married, because it'll be a woman like her that'll have everything. And then that one good guy will get divorced. And he's like, that's it. I wipe my hands of marriage. I'm not about to sit up there and lose out on everything again. I'm not about to get taken for everything. I'm good. Like I said, this is why a lot of great guys are wiped off of the board when it deals with marriage, because they ain't trying to deal with this. They're not trying to go through this whole situation again. It's crazy work. Like, it's crazy to have your cake and eat it too and still complain. It's like you're having your cake and then you're having more sweets, and then you want to turn around and complain about diabetes, and you want to try to blame the people that gave it to you. No, sweetheart, this is you. You decided to put yourself into a diabetic shock and coma because you wanted to have too much of a good thing, and you don't want to take responsibility for it. That's some crazy, but let's continue.
We need to have hard conversations about what our time looks like, what our labor in the home looks like, what is invisible labor. We have to talk about these things, and when we don't, the alternative is that you no longer have a marriage, or you don't have a happy one at least. And so I share this story because I don't think I'm alone in this experience, and I want people to know that there's hope, and that if you have a willing and able partner, you can change this. You can absolutely change this dynamic.
You know what's crazy? As diabolic work that I was probably talking this whole time and didn't even realize it. That is crazy. Let me see. Let me see how long I've been talking. Oh, okay, about 3 minutes. Let me see your mic. Yeah, okay. So that's not bad. It was about like 3 minutes. Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy, man. That is diabolical. Um, but yeah, the main thing I was sitting up here saying, like, it's crazy to know the fact that the husband is doing this life back-breaking work, right? He's going out there risking his life for everything, bringing food back and enabling her to be a stay-at-home mom. And she found some way to sit up there and complain. And then in the same instance of her being a stay-at-home mom, you didn't hear her anywhere through that video talk about how she respects her husband on going out there risking his life. Like she don't know if he's going to be, especially if it's during like a storm. You don't know if that man is coming back home. You don't know if he's coming back home, but you're not thankful for that. You're not appreciative for that. Because like I said, she don't have to sit up there and go out and risk her life to sit up there and do that. She gets to be her own boss, right? Because she made her own situation, my body, my choice. She decided that she wanted to have 4 kids. If by looking at by way of other women directly out here, why would you not decide to be like, okay, I see how other women are basically stressing out. Let me just stick to one and that's it. She opted to have 3 more. And then on top of having 3 more, she's making, a 6K figure and she got a nanny to help and you still complaining. That don't make no sense. 50% of the work, if not all of the work, is on the nanny. You don't have to do nothing. You literally got time in your nice house, probably like hundred thousands of dollar house, $1 million house. You got time to sit up there and create books. You're doing stuff for like TikTok and IG and all this other type of stuff. You got blogs. So you got a lot of time, even though you're saying that you're so absorbed in the kids. What are we talking about? If you were that absorbed, you wouldn't be doing everything that you're doing. And again, looking at her face, I don't see bags under her eyes. She doesn't have the face of a woman that's dealing with 4 kids. She looks like she's living stress-free. Any stress that she is incurring is because of her mouth and how it is that she's doing stuff. That's directly on her. She's trying to make something into a mountain when it doesn't need to be. Like you're literally this is 100% a ungrateful woman. That is crazy. That is crazy. Wait, D Money was like SEIJIHITO type behavior. Wait, what happened? Yeah, let me see. Boy, you pronounce it turlet and nobody gets offended by the water closet. What are you talking about? The toilet? I'm a little bit confused. Boy, let me try to go back up. He said, "SEIJIHITO, the mic is out, right. To be, are you okay? That's." She just tells me to. Tippy crazy. Because I was trying to figure out what that person's response was when it was like, Tippy, are you okay? That's abusive, not going to lie. Nah, like you gotta like you gotta understand, like some women don't mind when guys happen to tell them certain things. It's crazy if a guy tell like let me just put this up there, right? For this example, right? Because Tippy was basically stating that if she would switch, lives, like because of how it is that she's able to live, she would switch. She would have no problem with it, right? Because the guy's up there working, the whole housewife thing, taking care of the kids, cooking, she would have no problem, right? And she was saying that if her husband, if Tippy had a husband and he told her like, yo, your clothes are too tight, I want you to go change that, she would listen, she would acknowledge his concern and go up there and change, right? And that's being respectful to your partner, right? To the love of your life. This person was like, actually, no, that's abusive. No, it ain't abusive. That's some crazy stuff. Like no man out here wants his woman walking out, like especially if you're married. You ain't trying to sit up there and have your wife walking out there showing off everything, like wearing like tight clothes as if you're single. Like that's crazy. Like what are we doing? Like of course you got women out here that got bodies and stuff like that, but again, as guys, we know how other guys are going to look and how it is that they're going to sit up there and act. right? So we're trying to lessen that because we're not going to be there walking out there with them. We might have to go to work or deal with something else, right? So we're trying to navigate and make sure that, you know, or try to navigate through ways of which certain things don't take place and happen. It's that simple, right? It's the same thing where if we're talking to, you know, like one of our kids and we're sitting up there stating like, yo, I don't want you going out here, you know, sagging your pants. I don't want you going out here, you know, walking, you know, with your jewelry, like talking to like, you know, one of your sons, like, yo, take all of that stuff out. Like, you're gonna make yourself like a mark and all this other type of stuff. Don't do that. Right. Just go out there like you got some sense. You don't need to show off that you got money, all this other type of stuff. Right. Same exact thing. Is having the concern for that person and knowing the fact of what could potentially happen. Right. And you're trying to navigate that. So it has nothing to do with being like abusive. That's a whole different thing. I literally just showed off 2 videos of dealing with you know, those types of behaviors you know, actually going on and happening. Only tip, I swear, only tip. Only tip you give. Oh my goodness. Only y'all two, I swear to goodness. Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. The comedy relief. Let me tell you, Tippy, Mo, Gail, Ty Hack, Son, RJ is throwing some stuff in there. I think Battle Axe. I'm not sure if he might have like swapped his name, but it's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, you know, that pull up to the scene and say some stuff, some funny stuff though. But yeah, the woman, the woman that you see directly in front of you, she is 100% ungrateful. I'm trying to figure out. I thought I might have had a some more information actually dealing with her. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's the part that I was looking for. So we can read this all together, right? So it said TikTok and Instagram highlights the everyday experience of women. Wait, I actually got to look back because I might have to take the banner off, I think, so y'all can see the top part. Let me try to bring that down. Paige is a working mother of 4 who shares relatable content on TikTok and Instagram, highlighting the everyday experience of women balancing motherhood, careers, and their relationships. Known for her candid insight and on mental loads of motherhood and the challenges of creating equity at home and work. Paige's content resonates with millions. She also advocates for affordable childcare, paid leave, and reproductive rights, sparking important conversations about what families need to thrive. Her impactful voice and relatable storytelling have led to features in Scary Mommy, The Today Show, Good Morning America, and more. So again, you're looking at a woman that's all over the place. She's all across America. A lot of women, you know, that are in that whole thing know directly about her. Crazy work. But you know, she's trying to make it seem like she's a single mother directly out here doing it on her own. It's crazy work. Diabolical work. Diabolical. Let me see. Standing said, they say if you're advertising, then you're selling. Yeah, I get that point. I get that. And trust me, it be like that. I done seen some women directly out here, and especially when it deals with like the gym videos, and you got women working out. I'm like, ma'am, you are not wearing any type of underwear at all. Why are you even at outside of the house or in the gym with anything like that? Because I'm like, if you are on any of this gym equipment and you being a woman, there is no type of layer of defense from you sitting your bare backside directly on that gym equipment that everybody sits on, and in the contact or the moisture or whatever that's probably left or residuals or whatever bacteria. Like there's no type of protection there. But like I said, you can't just so happen to tell people nothing because people don't want to listen. If you tell people like, hey, you shouldn't dress like that, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do, people want to sit up and say like you're being in control of, a woman is not a possession, all this other type of stuff. But at the end of the day, I should not be at a gym or see gym videos and I can clear cut make out what a woman looks like through her clothes. That's crazy to me. Like that's it's no longer gym. Like nobody works out like that. Guys don't even work out like that. Like we have on like underwear, shorts, jogging pants, hoodies, all of this stuff. The only thing that might not be really like covered is because guys are working like upper body, so they might have on a beater or a thin shirt or something like that. Like I said, you can't tell people nothing. It be like that. I tried to tell, girls stuff like that even back in high school because I'm like, if I'm taking public transportation and I know how dirty that these bus seats can get, I'm like, why would you as a girl want to walk out the house in like a mini skirt? And you're probably not even wearing underwear. If you are, you might be wearing a thong, and that's still not protecting nothing. So all of that bacteria and everything from that bus seat of hundreds or thousands of people have sat on is now directly on you and probably in your body. Good luck. You better go to the doctor. But like I said, you can't tell nobody nothing because people don't want to sit up there and listen. So when people end up getting infections and all this other type of stuff, hey, it's a personal problem. That's on you. Maybe dress differently and things won't sit up there and happen. We got Brandon V. World in the party. What's up, brother? What's up? What's up? Gail said, remember when multitasking and dovetailing was the modern white woman's rage? Now fast forward 20 years and those same women realize that you cannot do it all. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And a lot of those white women are the same ones leading other women into either getting divorced or being single or deciding to, I want to be willingly a single mother because I can do it by myself. And I'm like, you'll learn to find out. Like I said, I learned directly from my mom, and she was honest. She was like, yeah, this is not it. And I don't want you to sit up there and do this. So you better not be going out here getting random girls and whatnot, whatever, pregnant, because doing it by yourself is not it. Like you will sit up there and need help. It is not an easy job to sit up there and do. And like I said, a lot of people won't be honest about that. A lot of women won't happen to be honest about that. They want to prop up that, oh, it's fully possible and this nah. Like I said, I'm going to trust the words of my mother, somebody who raised me, somebody who did it 100%. Yeah, that is a tough job. That is a very hard and difficult job to do. So hopefully a lot of women don't keep listening to these white women out here that
after my fourth baby was
quote
born,
unquote got everything, and they still find a way to complain because they're going to lead you to be single and depressed and severely stressed out because they're trying to teach you that women can do everything and they don't need a man. Who 100% lies. They'll sit up there and say that while being married at the same time. Crazy work. Diabolical. But anyways, that is D-Man was like Moose Knuckle exposed for no reason. I mean, it'd be like that. It's advertisement. It's all for the attention because at the end of the day, sex sells. But then at the same time of showing that directly off, showing off the bodies in that specific way, we'll turn around and say that I'm not an object. Don't talk to me in a sexualized manner. Come to me with respect. People are going to show up how it is that you show up. So, like, if you're at a club and you're dressed a certain type of way, hey, it's like that. Guys will go to the club dressed, glittered, out in like diamonds, wads of cash directly in their pockets because they know that that's going to draw the attention of women. So when they happen to hear women talking about money, they will oblige that, oh, you say you want what? No problem. Let me sit up there and toss 500 at you. Let me sit up there and get like a $1,000 bottle of wine. Let me sit up there and call this. So matter of fact, we about to go get this section over there in the club that's running about like 1,500. We'll do that, right? So like I said, you got dudes that'll be honest about that. They will dress this certain type of way because it will draw those women. Women will do the exact same thing and be like, no, that's not the reason I did it. I did it for myself. I did it because I like looking at myself. Okay. You got it. You got it. No problem. So you want to go to Best Buy with a mini skirt on and you want to bend over looking at the bottom shelf, knowing that the fact that the mini skirt is going to rise up. I guess you're seeing yourself in some reflection that we don't know about. You got it. You got it. Denise Hill said the mother with the father driving the car, that child's mother is nuts. Oh, you're talking about where is that video? Where you talking about this one? Yeah, let me go back there. Yeah, that woman is 100% crazy because literally the father is driving and she decided that she wanted to start trying to blind the guy. She wanted to attack his face and everything while he's driving. She's in a car and the child is also in the backseat with her. Crazy work. So like I said, that's the type of person that she is. She is willing to endanger the life of her daughter and everybody, not even just the three in the car, but also everybody else around him, because she emotionally just wanted to start swinging on this dude. And not only did she swing at him in a moving vehicle in traffic, she also did this at home while he's holding his daughter. It's crazy work. But like I said, you can't tell nobody nothing, because as people said, it's only men that are that target women. It's only men that do all of these things. It's only men that do these type of crimes. Women do nothing like this. Nothing. Tippy said, flashing too much is crazy. To me, dress comfortable and casual. Yeah, that's facts. But a lot of women like to live through social media. And you know, you got a lot of women out here that want attention of men. Or, you know, some women also want attention of other women. So they're going to dress in whatever way is needed to garner that attention. Trust me, I see it all the time on X. I see it on, it's a lot of stuff on X. It's crazy. See it on IG, even on TikTok. You cannot sit up there, you know, and escape it. Even when you go to Twitch, where you think that you're just going somewhere to, you know, look at content for video games and stuff, you can't escape it there either, because the women there know that sex sells. So they're going to dress a certain type of way, very provocative, and in order to get that attention. Don't matter if they may be 13, if the boys are 13, or if the people are in, you know, high school or college, whatever. Anything to get that male gaze, that's what will happen. Denise Hill said he needs to save that video. I'm pretty sure he got it saved. That's why he was recording, because again, he's a felon, so he can't afford to defend himself against this woman, because she could just easily pick up the phone. Do do do. He tried to defend himself and basically hit me in this altercation of which I caused, and the police are going to lock him up over her. It's nothing he can do. It's nothing he can do. So then you'll have another fatherless home, and you'll have a little girl growing up without her father and protection. It's crazy work. But yes, that is roughly it there, guys. We made it for a good 2 hours and 28 minutes. I'm about to probably go give me some food. Yeah, it's about like 7:50. So yeah, probably go get some food. I will have some videos up there for you guys a little bit later on. Probably some of the videos that you were able to see, depending on the length. So you'll probably have something that's about maybe 8 to like 15 minutes that you guys can happen to dissect and leave a comment directly about. And you guys are free. You guys are free. Much love, respect, and appreciation to any and all people that took the time out to come by the live stream, leave a comment, make a donation, and any of those things. Like I said, love and appreciate you guys for everything that you guys do every single day. Wouldn't be able to do the things that I do without people like you. And I will catch you guys in the next video and or live stream later. Wait, what did D-Money say? You said D-Money said I'm making gumbo seji. You want 10%? Yeah. I'll take 10% of that. I will take 10% of that. I'm a little bit confused. What are you talking about? Stop acting like a pick me. That's what are you even talking about? Like, that don't even, who are you even talking to at this moment in time? Like, that is crazy to me. My uncle says, Seji, do you think I'm trying to go back up. Oh, so now you want to be straight stupid? No problem. You wanted to call somebody an idiot? No problem. Got you. Let me hold on. Let me just pack that on up right before I leave. Had to do that. Like I said, it was all good. It was all good. You had a comment directly up there. I was actually going to respond to, but you decided that you want to pull up and try to call me like an idiot and everything else. I'm like, pack you up real quick before the end of the stream. You got it. You got it. Ty said that he is making salmon. Ooh, that's crazy. I would easily take those pieces. I would easily take those. And man, Ty be chefing it up. Tippy said, is that directed towards me? It don't even matter, Tippy, because we'll never know. Because he is in the Bermuda Triangle, as Mo would like to say. He is in the shadow realm, out there with Kaiba and Mokuba. He is not pulling back up to this thing. Like I said, that's crazy to me. I keep telling people all you got to sit up there and do is be cordial and respectful. We can have a conversation. That's it. We can be cordial and have a conversation. Crazy work. I said already did. Mahoko says, Seiji, do you think relationships will ever go back to what they were before, as in less gender war and arguments today? That's possible. But the main issue is that a lot of people are warped by mainstream media and social media. And in a lot of instances, people have been made into believing or living life through the lens of other people on social media. So, that's going to be the problematic, thing there. Right. So on one end, you might have the videos where guys are showing off, the gold diggers or whatnot or whatever. And you have a lot of dudes live through the perspective of that, okay, all women are gold diggers, yada yada yada. So in the same extent, you'll have a lot of women going out here stating that all men are dogs and they cheat, da da da, all this other type of stuff. And then you have other women looking through that lens and believing that that has to be the case because these women that have these the spotlight on them, it has to be factual because they're saying it, right, without actually living their own experience. So the moment in time that people can calm down and relax from social media, that'll probably be the moment in time that things will go back to normal. People actually, will have conversations, and different things like that. So, maybe it'll happen. Tibby said, I think if people hold off on sex and get to know each other first, it might work. I mean, that too. There's a lot of avenues and ways in which things can actually work out. And, people could actually take the time. Because, again, if you do take the whole instance of sex out of a relationship, you're now getting to the bare bones of the people in the relationship, right? And what it is that people really want. You're not blinded by that chemical combination of you being intimate with that other person and all of those endorphins and the feel goods and whatnot. You're dealing with the basic. You're dealing with what it is that you're going to see for the next 60 years, right? If you decide that you want to make it that long in that relationship or marriage, with that person, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it though. So like I said before, much love, respect, and appreciation. And you know, go out there and relax, have some fun, catch up on some movies and everything like that. Tippy said, what, men and women stop having sex and just talk more, go to parks or aquariums. I'm not even sure if we really still got aquariums like that anymore, Tippy, because they've been closing down zoos and a lot of things like that. So, and then, we're literally another pandemic away from everything being shut down again. So that's not going to really, work out as it used to be. It's crazy. It's crazy work. D Money said also it depends on how long you're trying to hold off. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is 100% true. And the other thing I'll say is, try your best to get somebody that is, like-minded, and at least in quite a few things, and not just in one thing, right? Because that'll be the thing that will longevity-wise that will have people together over the initial interaction of like, okay, we slept together here, or we created this kid here, or the way that both parties basically look, right? It's going to be the things internally that's going to carry the relationship and not the things, outwardly, you know. Tippy said no sex if you're not married. Yep, that is the abstinence route. That's another tough one too, because a lot of people out here are not, they don't know how to, really abstain. Like that. A lot of people don't know how to abstain because we're living in a sexualized society, both by way of media, the news, and social media as well. Even in people, talking in personal lives with people, a lot of conversations, delving, into that. I said, "Oh boy, a pandemic! Please God, make it happen." LOL. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, what was it? Lunch said, "I'm late. What's up?" With the picture of the man and the woman. Yo, what's up, Lunch? What is up? What is up? What is up? That picture had to do with a instance of a man going through DV or IPV, and how it is that he can't defend himself, so he is forced to record because he is a felon. And if he does want to defend himself, then he's probably going to be locked up for a very long time. So he's trying to have a recording and showcase, I guess, to the police or the courts what it is that he has to face and go through being the father, of the child, and what it is, because the woman in the back, that is the mother, right? This man Mo is crazy. Tippy said, get to know a person before having sex with them. I mean, no, trust me, in a perfect world, Tippy, everything that you're saying makes 1,000% sense. But in the world that we live now, this is it just doesn't happen. This is why we got high STD rates. When it deals with folks of all different areas, and this is why at one point in time that I reported on, this is why we had a high rate of monkeypox at a moment in time. And a lot of people don't happen to take care of business. A lot of people don't want to get checked out. A lot of people don't know their status or anything like that. And you're living in a very dangerous world, and you should really want to know what your status is. But you can't tell a lot of adults anything. D Money said, the hell ain't it? I can get to know your person before having sex, but I'm not waiting till marriage. Ms. Hill said, and they get the recognition and still can't dance. RJ said she liked pink lipstick. Lunch said, thanks, Seji. No problem, no problem. No problem. Tippy said, but if you really love that girl, you would wait. I mean, I'll put it to you like this. If a lot of people, because I like to put it to a more personal thing, if a lot of people, I guess, love themselves to that extent, then a lot of people will wait for a lot of things. Right? But again, everybody's different. Right? So their understanding of loving themselves is different from me. Right? But that's how I like to sit up there and put it. If a lot of people, really cared, specifically about themselves, then they would make sure to put themselves in the best position where they would, profit the most. So it doesn't matter if it's like education, jobs, finances, relationship, and everything like that. People would make sure to, do that. But, we all fall short, so what happens? RJ said the retention game. D Money said, if the girl really loves me, she wouldn't make me wait. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. But like I said, everybody's different. The main thing I've understood for the longest time as well too is that human beings are very sexually charged individuals, people. And it depends on the person. So everybody's, in a sense different. So, it's very hard to hold a bar to, one person when, they may be, different in a variety of areas. So, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. Tippy said men. Only Tippy. Only Tippy. Normally, this would have been the point in time that Gail would have pulled up to the scene and and said something. I'm pretty shocked. I'm shocked. D Money said we are fickle. Tippy said I'm just trying to stay positive. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Nothing wrong with staying positive. But yeah, that is pretty much it, guys. I wasn't actually trying to hold y'all here any longer than what y'all needed to be. We are at 2 hours and 39 minutes. You guys are free. It is 8:01. Go out there and have some dinner. Spend some time with yourselves. Order some foods. Uber Eats. I don't recommend DoorDash. Or maybe your local spot directly out there. Catch up on some movies and different things like that, or play some games. So, like I said, love you guys. Appreciate you guys, and do what it is that you do and be happy. And I will catch you guys in the next live stream and or video. Peace out.